Good afternoon, everyone. Today we have a very lengthy about a boom and about a bing. I have had this video in my mind to check out. However, I was a little nervous about it due to like the title. I'm not gonna lie to you, due to the title and also the length. But this was like like a year or something ago. Right now, I do want to check this out and see what happened. And like I actually got like a full grasp of this title. Like this is a not gonna say like this is one of the craziest titles, but this is one of the craziest titles. It says ex-minister beats wife to death for 8 hours, then goes to lunch date in next room. See, these are the type of things. The last video we did, or I did, was last night. It was the 100 cops. I really sometimes it seems like sometimes I feel like I'm just like somebody that just came to Earth because I really cannot fathom certain types of things until I check out the whole story. And apparently, this is also a very, very, very famous case in Kazakhstan. This is the first time I'm tapping into a story from Kazakhstan. So I believe I'm going to be, or we're going to learn about Kazakhstan, and I'm open to doing that. I'm sorry that this is the time where this happened. Shout out to people from Kazakhstan. I would say let's do it. Let's go. The fact that the audacity of people, like I honestly think it who be raising these people, son? Like honestly, who be raising these people? And my question is, why do they think they have the not the authority, but like the not only want to do that, but like the it's just that shit is evil. That's some evil ass shit, bro. And there may be some new people here depending on how this video does. I don't know. But like there's a couple things that I hold a lot of weight to. Marriage, ministry, and just human decency. Human decency. This is a long video, so if you guys check it out with me, I do appreciate it. And we're going to learn about this. Let's just do it. Come on. Because, First off, how do you even... I feel like I can't even ask the question that I was about to ask. And like, obviously I'm like asking the question. It's like, I'm having trouble even asking the question of like, how do you even beat your wife for 8 hours? Like, imagine the fear of that woman. Like 8 hours, dude. 8 hours. It was literally 8 hours a day for school. This video is probably going to be 4 hours. That is half of that. Like this is gonna, oh my gosh, rest in peace to her, because what the fuck?
The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by the host of this show are for authentic, honest, and entertaining purposes. Unless you don't think I'm entertaining. I repeat, this is my opinion. I am not telling you how or what to think or feel, but I do encourage you to speak your mind and have conversations. Just don't do too much. Also, this video is brought to you by Sebastine's Patreon, where you can access over 1,000 videos of exclusive content. If you want to subscribe and support this amazing community, click the link in the description below, and thank you for everything. Enjoy the video.
Oh my gosh.
Bada bing, bada boo.
There's a popular restaurant across the street from the House of Ministries. The restaurant is called BAU, and because of its location, you get a lot of important people coming in and out of there on a daily basis. You could be sitting, eating lunch next to one of the most powerful people in the country. Would you even know it? I mean, maybe not. If you don't notice the 5 men that are just seated at different tables in plain clothes.
Hey man, listen, I don't know nothing about these rich folk, I actually don't give a damn about these rich folk, but I do find it interesting when somebody tells me, oh, these rich folk was at this certain type of table, and I'll just be like, oh, okay, that's what's up. So I was in the same vicinity as rich folk. Okay, so so that means the food is supposed to be good with the expensive shit that I'm paying for this food. Is the food good? Okay, thank you. Thank you. But okay, cool.
Are watching you.
Watching
November
me?
9th, 2023.
Huh?
You could probably sense that something is going on in that restaurant.
What?
It's not a normal movement of activity. Usually when a foreign leader comes into town, there's extensive planning that goes into it. You can't just stop by and say hello. They bring their versions of Secret Service, hundreds of trained personnel. Some of them are in uniform, some of them are hiding in the crowd. Every single hospital in that area is scouted and prepped in advance.
What? How much? What is going on that you need all these people?
The foreign leader's blood is typically kept on hand,
Is that
as
pee-pee?
well as antidotes for a whole list of deadly poisons.
What?
Really?
Oh yeah, gifts are screened for weapons, food is tested for poison, safe rooms inside of buildings. Let's say Joe Biden is going to a random target. There will be safe rooms inside of that building that have been fortified by the Secret Service.
Okay. So the Secret Service with the Orange Man just didn't get that memo, right? For sure. Okay.
Bomb squads come in. They make sure that there's no explosive in the area. They do a full sweep. Sometimes they'll even block all the cell service in that area, all the internet access, mobile communications, all shut down for that part of the city for the time that the foreign leader is there.
Okay.
At the BAU restaurant across the street from the House of Ministers.
Bro, I'd be mad as shit if I'm over here trying to enjoy my BAU burger or Black Star burger or whatever, enjoy my food, just because the damn president want to come through. Now my whole thing is messed up. Imagine if you going to a first date, right? And you're trying to impress the person you're on a date with. I'm saying this because like I'm a dude. Say you didn't check the menu. Say the menu is like one of those QR code menus that you need like service or something. Now say the service is actually, no, that's probably like a nonsensical analogy, but it's just like, wow. Like I'm just thinking of the other people in this specific situation that are just like want to go to this restaurant to try a good restaurant. And now the Teflon Don of Dons wants to walk in. Now they got to secure this whole spot. Now it's, I guess, bro.
A couple is caught on CCTV camera walking in for a late dinner. If there was someone standing in the security room, glancing at the CCTV camera screens, they look like any other couple. The wife looks about to be in the early 30s, the husband perhaps a bit older. But if someone...
He was the person that did this, wasn't he? I can tell by the way that she just had his picture. He the person that did this, huh?
were to glance at those security cameras at 1 a.m, they would notice two very interesting things about the couple from the CCTV footage.
What?
First, they're not an ordinary couple. The man in the security footage is the ex-minister of the national economy of Kazakhstan. To put it simply, at one point, this man controlled the entire economy of the country.
Oh, I thought this was like ministry, like Christianity, religion type ministry. Oh, so it's like okay. So I apologize for anyone who's from Kazakhstan. So this is like a prime minister type thing? Like, is this like a certain type of that? Okay, so this is like political stuff. Okay. I'm learning in real time, and also I understand that I may not be given that grace to learn in real time, but I'm still going to tell you that I'm learning in real time. So I'm going to ask, please, can you give me a chance to learn? Wow, I feel really stupid. My gosh. Okay.
His name is Bishimbayev, and he and his wife Sultanat were supposed to be on a
Bishimbayev?
dinner date of sorts.
Uh-huh.
Or at least, that's what it looks like. Until you stare a little bit longer at the footage. At 1 a.m., the ex-minister's wife is seen on camera wearing her big black puffer jacket, her pantsuit, and she's standing near one of the building entrances. She's leaning back up against the wall, using the wall to almost support her weight. She looks exhausted. Her purse is just sitting.
I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this setup. I don't like this.
On the ground. Then her husband, the ex-minister, is standing in front of her. They look like they're not even having the same night at all. He looks like he just woke up, had 8 hours of sleep. He's got a full day ahead of him. His posture is upright. He's standing.
Hey, bro, wait, hold on. Wait. I don't. Oh.
Standing in front of her, his arms, his legs are shoulder length apart. He's holding in one hand a cigarette.
She's like moving her face side to side. Isn't that an indicator of like something? I don't know if I am okay. Okay. Ooh.
And the other one, he's cupping his wife's face.
Yo, what?
Now, it's very interesting how in tune humans are with body language, because if you were to hear that a couple were standing there, wife leaned up against the wall, the husband is cupping her face, it sounds so loving.
I don't know about that, because at the end of the day, I'm black. My girlfriend is black. My girlfriend, soon to be wife, is black. I've learned that you don't touch the face of nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've learned that. It's not just the misses. It's a lot of things. Like, you don't do this. Like, this is something that will break somebody out. You don't, like, cup a face. So I guess I'm coming from a point of my American brain.
But there is something so...
Okay, so anybody who may be married in the comments, does your husband cup your face like in a lovely type of way? I don't know. Like, well, I am not of the, like, I don't know. Like, is that a thing?
Predatory about the footage. Sultanat, the ex-minister's wife, looks at first that she's kind of leaning into his hand on her cheek, but in reality, she's just trying to look away. She's trying to look outside. Yeah. But he reaches up his other hand with the lit cigarette and forcibly grabs her face with both of his hands and forces her to look at him.
Oh, what the fuck?
Her face is now in view of the camera, and she looks terrified.
Yes, she does.
Then 6 hours later, at 7:16 a.m., they are still at that restaurant. They've been at this restaurant all night long.
6 hours? What the hell?
Another CCTV camera captures the couple. Sultanat is no longer fully clothed.
Wait,
she is
what?
Completely nude, but she is wearing the same big black puffer jacket to cover her nudity. The two of them are seen walking through the restaurant. She's walking a few steps behind her husband. She briefly stops in front of one of the mirrors on the wall. It doesn't look like she's trying to check out her makeup and see if she still looks okay.
Naked.
It looks like she's analyzing her face.
Okay.
Then she keeps walking to catch up with her husband. And 2 seconds later, the ex-minister of Kazakhstan grabs his wife by her hair, throws her onto the ground in the hallway, literally chucks her.
In public? On camera? I can't even imagine what happens behind closed doors. Like, bro, whoa, what the fuck, yo?
Jacket naturally flips open. She's barely covered. She's naked on the cold, dirty floor of this restaurant. And perhaps, maybe for like a brief moment, everything is calm. There's like a split second of calmness, like a moment of decision, you might even say. He's standing over his wife's limp body on the ground.
Dog, what?
What is he going to do next? What should he do? The ex-minister lifts his right leg up and kicks his wife very hard. Once, twice, and then another, as hard as he can with his dominant leg. He's kicking her so hard, he's holding onto the table on the side of the restaurant hallway to maintain his own balance.
Bro, what? Yep. This is going to be a long video, and it's going to take some time for me to get through this. I have a feeling that you know how I'm feeling right now. If you don't, I can remind you of how I'm going to. You'll probably be reminded, or you're probably, to new people, you're probably going to be tapped into how I feel about shit like this. Let's keep going.
That is how much force is being used.
Dog. Yo.
This is all on camera.
Yes. His wife Sultanat is on the ground trying to cover her body, but he's aiming and kicking her naked private area.
What the fuck?
And when he decides he is done, he grabs his wife by her hair, a fistful of hair, yanks her up with so much force that she's forced to stand up, and she's clearly not even capable of controlling her own body at this point from the injuries she likely just received. But he throws her up against the stone wall and slams her up into it, completely unprovoked.
Why the fuck would you do this to somebody? Like, honestly, like, why would you do this to somebody? Nothing in anything of the possibility of what may happen means you should do this to somebody. Like literally, like there's nothing that. I also want to be respectful to the country, per usual. This is wrong. This is so fucked.
And he punches her square in the face with enough force that it likely completely shatters her entire nose. It's so much force that her head slams back and hits the wall behind her. Her whole body slumps forward, and the only thing stopping her from falling back onto the ground is him, her husband, because he's holding her up. The ex-minister of economy of Kazakhstan. He pulls her back up by her hair and punches her once more in the face. After pummeling her in the face, he lets her slump forward and he walks off. He walks maybe a few steps away from his wife, and it's another moment of decision making where he decides that's not enough.
And
he walks back, grabs his wife by her hair, slams her down onto the ground, not caring that he's harming her, not caring that this is in a restaurant. He throws her onto the ground and starts dragging her through the hallway by her hair.
So this guy literally does not give a fuck. Okay, so what happened to him? I know this is going to be a thing, but this is the Stephanie Sue intro. I don't want to make a bold claim, but I think you know what I'm thinking right now. If you're new here, I'm thinking I would like for you to guess. I'm like apprehensive because my American brain. Also, it's not even just my American brain, my moral brain, like human brain. It's just like, hey, somebody needs to stop him by any means necessary. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, one of them type people that don't give a damn about consequences about something should do something to them. That's how I'm feeling right now. I genuinely do not believe that there will be anybody talking to me about like bias towards this husband right now. If there is, I would like to see what you say, but I am confident that. And it's not even just the fact that I'm confident in like the comments made or like the general public of what is going on. I don't know how this video is going to do. I just off of some humanity type, somebody got to stop him. Somebody has to stop him. I don't know how. I don't know with what way. Somebody has to stop him. Bro, he was kicking her in her private regions. He was aiming for the private regions.
She's on her knees getting dragged. He drags her into a room, a restroom, with no CCTV camera. She is like a rag doll in this footage. She's not even physically capable of defending herself at this point.
Gosh.
She is dragged in. This is probably one of the most degrading footage I've seen. Like the way that he is treating her. She's dragged into the restroom, and any and all CCTV footage of her after that is gone. But there is footage of the ex-minister at 3:30 p.m.
public,
about
bro.
8 hours later. He's still inside the restaurant, and this time he's seen having lunch with a woman.
Wait, hold on. They went to the restaurant at 1 a.m. and then the beating happened at 7 a.m. and then another, how many hours?
8 hours later.
8 hours later. So that's
Yeah.
a long time he's been there.
Oh, they're there for like 24 hours.
I'm gonna hold my what I'm about to say because this is a long video. I'm going to hold it. I'm going to try my best to hold it. I'm going to have self-control. I'm going to try my best to hold it.
Okay.
Yes, he's still inside this restaurant, and he's having lunch with a woman at 3:30 p.m.
This is so
a different woman, a new woman, and it almost looks like a date. November 9th, 2023, the ex-minister of Kazakhstan will sit down and share a meal with an influencer while his wife lay dying in a VIP room of the restaurant. His excuse for, why couldn't you call for help? Why didn't you get your wife out of the restaurant? Why didn't you bring her to the hospital? Well, the answer is very simple. Because Vladimir Putin is coming.
I'm going to learn a lot in this video. Okay. All right. Okay. Come on. Yo, this is a lot, and I can understand why this was a case for this country. I would like to be respectful to the country, of course. I would like to learn from you all in the comments and also from this video, but this is a fucked situation.
Today's sponsors who have made it possible for Rotten Mango to support the Red Crescent Societies of Palestine and Kazakhstan. Okay. They provide emergency aid to Palestinians in Gaza, as well as aid during natural disasters such as the massive flooding in northern Kazakhstan. This episode's partnerships have also made it possible to support Rotten Mango's growing team of dedicated researchers and translators. We would also like to thank our listeners for your continued support as we work on our mission to be worthy advocates of these causes. As always, full show notes are available at RottenMangoPodcast.com. We did have a professional Kazakh, Russian, and English translator who lives in Kazakhstan to help assist with the research of this case.
Kazakhstan. Whoa. Okay, wait, hold on. Because I wanna first off, I wanna have like a disclaimer. I don't know where Kazakhstan is. I'm about to look up where Kazakhstan is. And also, I apologize if I come off ignorant to this at all. Yeah, I apologize if I come off ignorant as all. Oh. It says Kazakhstan, a Central Asian country and former Soviet republic, extends from the Caspian Sea in the west to the Altai Mountains and its eastern border with China and Russia. Interesting. The largest metropolis, Almaty, is a long-standing trading hub whose landmarks include Ascension Cathedral, a Tsarist-era Russian Orthodox Church, and the Central State Museum of Kazakhstan, displaying thousands of Kazakhstan artifacts. Okay, so, I would like to ask for patience if I say anything that may be insensitive towards Kazakhstan. This thing with like China and Russia, I don't know too much about it. So I'm gonna be so honest with you. I don't know too much about it. I would like to learn, but also I'm going off of the information that is being said. I would like to speak from a humanistic standpoint, a humanities type standpoint. You shouldn't beat your fucking wife. That should be honestly, I feel very comfortable saying this. I feel like I feel crazy saying this, but that I'm comfortable in saying you shouldn't beat your damn wife, especially not beat your wife to death. That should be something that we should all agree on, right? But the way that I can understand the way that I speak may come off a certain type of way. Of course, I would like to speak freely, but I know I don't always have the leeway to do so, especially when I'm coming into a story where I'm learning about a certain type of story, a certain type of country, a certain type of, I don't know if it's like a cultural thing. I have no idea. I have American brain. I'm trying to learn about other cultures, and I know in one point the American brain thing should not be an excuse. I'm just asking for patience in this video. That's it. If you don't want to give it, I understand. If you do, thank you so much. But this is interesting. Russian, wow. It's a Central Asian country. Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. We're going to take this one step at a time. Okay.
We wanted to make sure that we get as much of the language and cultural background to fully grasp this case and do a deep dive on it. But as always, with any and all cases, but especially the international ones, please let us know in the comments if anything has been miscommunicated, mistranslated, or if you have any additional information.
Okay.
A few statements and quotes have been summarized and condensed for time. I do want to give a massive disclaimer, though, that this case involves many mentions of abuse, domestic violence, as well as gender-based violence, and brief mentions of SA. So please watch with your health in mind. But I do think that this is a very, very important case that more people should be talking about, at least in America.
Agreed.
I would also like to thank everyone who brought this case to our attention, as well as Sultanat's brother. He took the time out of his schedule in the middle of the draining trial to speak with us over Zoom.
Okay.
We're going to talk more about him in a second, but I'm going to link his Instagram in the description so that you guys can stay updated on the case through him and just show him some support.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. I know some people may think I'm glazing Stephanie, but she really be doing she be doing her due diligence and giving us awareness for things. I really appreciate that. It's very inspiring, but I gotta give props. Bro. What the
I do
fuck?
believe that in today's case, awareness is the best form of advocacy. And just to let some of the officials in Kazakhstan know that the whole world is watching, I think is going to be, could make a difference, a huge difference. So let's go spread this story. Let's make an ex-minister very, very uncomfortable.
Okay, let's do it
I would also
then.
like to apologize ahead of time if my American English, if it comes through really strong.
Hey man, listen, man, I apologized already. Hey, it's cool on this side. It's cool for me on this side, but we learning it. Come on, man. Ask for patience. We good.
Strongly in some of the Kazakh or Russian pronunciations. I did my best to memorize the proper pronunciations, but I apologize if they're not great.
Okay.
Now, the defendant in today's case, his full name is Kwandak Bishimbayev, but most of the media outlets in Kazakhstan refer to him as the defendant or the ex-minister or just by his last name, Bishimbayev.
Is that like on purpose?
We will refer to him either by the ex-minister or by Bishimbayev. Just know that that's his surname. I will not be showing most or any of the footage from the CCTV cameras on YouTube, but if you want to watch the uncensored footage that was also posted by Sultanat's brother, Aytbek, it will be available in the show notes at rottenmangopodcast.com. Or if you'd like to watch the video version, you can find that on Rotten Mango Video on Spotify. Who do you call when you're in the middle of an emergency? The ex...
My girlfriend. Honestly, it's my girlfriend. That's my emergency contact now. Oof. Why do I feel like she just stopped me in my tracks? My gosh.
Minister of Economy of Kazakhstan, he calls his most trusted advisor. He's freaking out at this point. He's on the phone. My wife, she's not waking up. I tried to wake her up.
Nigga, fuck you. This about to piss me off. This already about to piss me off, bro. Nigga, fuck you, bro. No, fuck that. I'm setting the record straight. Fuck that. I'm not gonna lie to you. For me, if it's okay to beat your wife to death and that's a country thing, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna try to say it in the most sincere type of way, but I'm having like a lot of things coming out of me. It's wrong. Okay? I come from a place where you don't do that. I come from a family where if you even try something like that, the men of my family will kill you. Real shit. Will kill you. Me? I would rather take a beating from, bro, hold on. No. I don't know how y'all feel right now. I'm going to be honest with you. I know that these two things are things that shouldn't happen, but I'm going to put it so seriously. I come from a family that I will take a beating before I will beat any woman of my family. I don't give a fuck, okay? No. There should be a time where you know your strengths in certain type of I'm not no type of person that be like equal rights, equal left. I'm not that type of person, bro. And also, this is coming from somebody who has been abused by women all my life. I still don't have that type of sentiment because no. I'm not gonna lie to you where I'm coming from, and you can say this is biased, and I don't give a fuck. If this is my American bravado, you shouldn't beat your wife to death. And if you beat your wife to death, you should have niggas beat your fucking ass close to death so you would know how it feels. And if somebody hits the last blow, I hope you can survive. Like that's the place where I come from. That's the shit where I come from. Okay? All right? That's the shit where I come from. I don't play about that shit. I don't do nothing about that shit. And also for some type of people that may seep into the comments that talk about like, oh, women abuse men, this, that. I don't give a fuck. 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 Nigga. Bro, oh my gosh. People who don't understand that even if, and I know it's wrong, if your girl hits on you, if your girl does this, that, and the third, you need to understand that you probably have, regardless if they say they may be stronger than you, this, that, and stop hitting women. Please, my gosh, please. Please. Because there's a lot of people that don't know their strength. There's a lot of people that this is down the third. It's a lot. Leave the premises if the lady is whooping your ass. Don't think that shit is sexy. Don't think that shit is like, ooh, my girl beating on me. Don't think that shit is first off, don't think that shit is a get out of jail free card to start punching on her face and then kill her. Come on, bro. No. That's not right. Double standards is a thing, and a double standard is don't put your hands on a woman, cuz. Like literally. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. You are a man. And as a man who has been through literal fucking, I've been through camps of athletes who have shown me that there are levels to this shit. Never in my life would I bestow whatever power I have on a woman, especially my wife. My wife? Excuse me? I don't know what's going on in whatever is going on, but when you say the words wife, husband, marriage, I hold that to a high standard. And it kind of comes off a certain type of way, I feel. But, like, you shouldn't put your hands on women. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. The same type of people that be like, oh, men are above women, da-da-da-da. Well, you should be above women in terms of emotion when some shit happens to you. Because if you a man, there's some shit gonna happen to you. A lot of shit happened to me, and I'm only 27, cuz. There's a lot of things that happened to me that you would probably fold to. You probably did. No. Don't put your hands on women, bro. Fuck that shit. No, cuz. Because at the end of the day, it's just like, what do you win? Oh, a girl punched you in the mouth. All right, so you beat her into the hospital. You feel like a man? You feel like a man? Or you got your get back in a certain type of thing that you knew that you had the upper hand in it. You was just looking for a reason. Because there's other type of ways to get out of a situation when you're being abused by a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, beating the fuck out of her is not the way. And you're going to be seen as such. And that's just what it is. And also, that's also a little cornerstone of the patriarchy. Okay? And I'm talking to any man right there, man to man. I'm 27, so I'm not that much of a man. There's any 40-year-old man trying to over talking to me about it. Stop putting your hands on women, cuz. I don't give a fuck if she put her hands on you. That don't mean you need to throw her a 1, 2, 3 wombo combo. That is excessive force. Talking about, man, what the fuck, bro? Fuck up, man. What? No. As a man, you should know restraint. And I hate that as a man shit. But there's some things that I stand on as a man. You need to show restraint. And one of those restraints is endure whatever that lady do, because women are going to be women and they're going to do what they do. That does not give you an excuse to start punching her fucking face in. And I'm not saying what she did is right or wrong. You do not punch her fucking face in. Real shit, bro. That's real man shit. And I learned that on my fucking own. I ain't have a dad. I ain't have a father figure. All right? I grew up on my own type of terms. So if niggas want to play, I'm down to play. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm down to play. I'm ready to play. So let's continue and let's get going. And I'm probably being dramatic because I'm like foreseeing in certain type of like foresight that some people are going to say some dumb shit to me. And we need to be completely honest about a lot of stuff. I'm trying to be completely honest and objective as I need to be. And that's just what it is, bro. That's just what it is.
Up to take a few steps, but she's not getting up. What do I do? Is she okay? She just sleeps and she sleeps and she sleeps.
Sleeps and sleeps.
The advisor
and
is calm
yeah,
over the
bro.
phone. I mean, you kind of have to be when you're the advisor to the ex-minister. Her voice is soothing. It's okay. She'll sleep until the evening, but you can take her to the doctor if you wish. No. I don't want to take her to the doctor. I want you to take a look. Please, we just drank and got into a fight, and I want you to look and make sure she's fine. It is okay. She's going to come to her senses. Do you think that she's conscious, like she's still in there? Yes. Your wife is just tired.
Bro, this is triggering the fuck out of me, cuz. I ain't gonna lie, this is triggering the fuck out of me, bro. This is gonna be a long video, and I'm gonna be very vulnerable with you guys. Like, in terms of like certain types of things that may seem a certain type of way, like I think you have to give your lady the freeway to have autonomy over whatever. You need to give her the freeway, the leeway to have autonomy over what she thinks is good for her. And for me, from what I've learned, being in a relationship for 3 years, is that you just gotta support her, bro, and like let her have the freedom to do whatever she wants. But you might have to have that foresight to be like, okay, this may not do this, but let's be safe. And I'm gonna be honest, I think I'm maturing, and the way that I want to speak now is a way of like being an adult and a man. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, this year I would like to be a MAN man, a protector, a provider, all that other stuff. Like, fool, I ain't gonna lie. Stuff like that be throwing me off. Like, I don't like the, oh yeah, nah, she this, nah, she that, she did it. No, listen to my wife, bro. See what's going on and support your wife. This may be different to everybody seeing this. And I feel like this is going to be different. And I'm acknowledging a difference to whatever happened back then. That's me growing up. And that's just that. Y'all can see how I was back then and call me immature or whatever. But right now, in terms of stuff, in terms of like wife stuff, like I want to get married, like all these other things. I want to do this. I want to do all these other things. My mindset has changed, bro. What did my wife say? And maybe if I'm okay with deciphering what she says in a certain type of situation, again, if that's okay with her, then I'll do that. Okay? Then I will do that. I ain't gonna lie, my girl put me first and I put her first. Real shit. And we put this union together first. We a fucking team, bro. And I ain't never had a team like that before, so I'm cherishing that. When I see certain type of things, I am going to try to be objective as possible, but also I would like to tie into what's going on with me right now. It may be abrupt, but it's real to me. It's real to me. And also in this context, I understand like, oh yeah, this, da. Because in anything, in terms of anything medical, because I know how black women are giving the shit in the stick when it comes to anything medical. And she got friends in the medical. Oh, I'm listening. I'm listening more than I talk. All I'm here to do is support, and if she needs me to decipher anything that she's saying that may come off incoherent, I will try to give a little translation. But at the end of the day, she driving that car, bro. Niggas is, bro, no good, son. No good. No good. I don't play it. I don't play about that shit. I don't play about marriage. I don't play about wife, husband stuff. I don't play about that shit. I don't give a fuck about what the earth is talking about, nigga. I have a covenant with the Lord, and I have a covenant that's tied into. I pray that I will be able to be married soon. My lady wants it, and I'm trying to make things going on. Once we get cross that joint, there's some things that you do not. It gets serious when you cross that thing with me. I ain't gonna hold you. It gets serious when you cross that shit with me. It gets serious. So shit like this triggers me. This is a new trigger too. So I would really appreciate if I get a little bit more leeway on how I'm talking. And I do come off passionate, and it may come off a certain type of way, but I put my girl first, cause I ain't gonna lie. And I'm not fucking with this. I'm not fucking with my assumption about this. And I feel comfortable in my assumption about this, so it's gonna be a long video, bro. Like, I ain't gonna hold you, cuz it's gonna be a long video, cuz shit.
Her brain is tired, so she's asleep. So she's in her right mind. Yes, she is. She is in herself. She's just very tired. She will sleep until the evening, and then everything will be fine. She will wake up and come to her senses. The ex-minister looks down at his wife's lifeless body in the restaurant. Her entire face is swollen. There's bruises, lacerations, cuts all up and down her body. She doesn't look like she's gonna be fine. But what the hell does a psychic know?
He was calling a psychic?
Yeah.
A psychic?
What?
He doesn't call a doctor, he calls his psychic.
What's wrong with this nigga, bro? What the fuck good with her? What the fuck is good with her? What the fuck is good with... You know what? On the main channel, those videos are gonna be late. Those videos are gonna be late. And that's just what it is.
Now, there is one picture in Kazakhstan, and it is a picture of the 10 most viewed faces in the entire nation for almost, I want to say, a week or two. Okay. They are not even celebrities. These 10 people in this photo, they're not celebrities. They're not politicians. They're just 10 regular civilians. So why is this photo going viral? Why is everybody reposting it, sharing it, sending it all over social media, mainstream media? The photo is everywhere, which is technically illegal. If you post that photo, technically it's illegal.
Wait, what?
Because the 10 faces are supposed to remain fully anonymous. They are the 10 jurors serving on the jury of one of the most high-profile controversial cases in Kazakhstan history.
Oh my gosh, what the hell? Oh my goodness.
The photo was released as an insurance policy. Because the defendant is a rich, powerful person who very likely is trying to buy out the jury.
Wait. So he released the jury's photo because...
No, someone did.
Who did? Who? I'm going to be an owl for 2 seconds. Who? Those are 2 seconds.
To show the world, hey, if you're going to get bought out by this rich politician, we're going to know who you are.
Oh.
The jury, they do not get to live in anonymity. They don't get to walk away with a bag of cash and impede justice without people knowing about it.
Fool,
wow.
What?
And they're not changing the jury, and they're continuing with... Wow.
Now, the court case in question is very strange at first glance. A powerful ex-minister of the national economy is on trial for murder and torture. The ex-minister's wife is dead. Family members have been accused of pedophilia. There is a psychic who seems to be pulling the strings of very powerful people.
Every fucking time! Every fucking time!
Perhaps even quietly running the country behind the scenes, and somehow even Vladimir Putin gets involved. And the court case is all being live streamed right now for millions of people to watch in real time. Have you ever powerlifted 400 pounds before?
No, I haven't powerlifted 400. Girl, Steph. No, I have not. That shit hard as hell.
Okay, probably not, because you didn't have smelling salts. Please don't do smelling salts, but it is a common thing that powerlifting community...
Smelling salts aren't that bad. Smelling salts aren't that bad, but don't do them. That's probably a. I probably fucked up saying that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't do them. Don't do them. Don't do them. Don't do them. Please don't do them. Nope.
But also like the NFL use. Smelling salts are basically just releasing ammonia gas into your nose. If you breathe in ammonia gas, you could die. It's corrosive. It's pretty toxic to humans.
Yes.
And the smell is so strong. The second it hits the inside of your nose, it is the most irritating, uncomfortable, pain-inducing breath that you will take. It's so strong, the ammonia gas, that it goes to the extent of stimulating your fight or flight nervous system, which then it just pumps adrenaline through your entire body. Suddenly, your lungs feel like they are all the way open. There's an increase in blood flow, and it feels like you're gearing up for something, like you're about to go fight someone.
And now imagine that your favorite sports team or sports player is probably doing that to fulfill a goal that they want to do. Not just for your entertainment, but just to like survive.
I've never tried it, but an NFL player said, it's such a painful smell. It's gonna slap you in the face. There's an interesting response that smelling salts get though. It's a reflexive inhalation response, meaning the scent alone feels like a knife is being shoved up your nose that you instinctively take a big breath in. Which is why smelling salts are also almost like a DIY of getting someone who has fainted back to consciousness. Sometimes people will put a smelling salt under someone who's fainted to try and get them to wake up.
Wait, so is it bad for you? Is it like...
It's definitely not good for you because
it's not good for you, but it's not like...
ammonia gas is toxic to humans, but a lot of people use it. I don't think it's illegal. It's not illegal. I mean, you can watch YouTubers reviewing different smelling salts.
What?
I went down the rabbit hole, yeah. And a few hours before Vladimir Putin is set to arrive at the restaurant, the ex-minister sends his cousin off to buy smelling salts because he needs to wake his wife up and walk out of the restaurant right now. Because this is not a good look. I mean...
yeah, let's give my wife smelling salts, but like not worry about not beating her to death. Yeah. Oh, that definitely seems like something a politician should do, or an ex-minister or whatever. Yeah, let's give her smelling salts to wake her up when I just beat the fuck out of her for 8 hours. Yeah, that's like the best thing to do, but not have no type of restraint to not do...
Considering who the ex-minister is in the political world, the Bishenbai family, I mean, I know recently that there's been so many conversations about new money, old money, okay? But this is even deeper than that. There's something called new power and old power.
Yeah.
New power, and this is simplified, is kind of like a celebrity. They tell us to do something, buy something, listen to something, and there's going to be impact. And sometimes it feels like they impact our lives a lot because these are the people that we're invested in. You know, we care about what they do, what they wear, who they date. But there are people who have way more influence over our lives. That's old power. They're the ones that sit in the conference rooms and decide how much interest rates are going to be this quarter, which you think has nothing to do with you, right? But then high interest rates slow down consumer spend. Businesses are less likely to increase wages due to increased borrowing costs, lower profits. Suddenly, your life is changing.
Yeah.
Or they're going to decide how much funding goes into which public schools, which honestly is very terrifying to think about because based on statistics and the correlation between funding of public schools and socioeconomic outcome of the students later in life, that means there is a group of powerful people that can almost change the trajectory of an entire high school.
Now imagine as somebody that grew up in PG County, Maryland, where it was literally deemed one of the most affluent black communities, and now look at what's happening now. I grew up in the early 2000s. Now it's, please just do some research. Just look, like literally just look. I remember one time, because I grew up around I went to school in Suitland, Maryland. My family's from DC. So they survived the Chocolate City era, or the I think they call it the murder capital, like all that stuff. And they wanted to make a good life for me. At the end of the day, in certain type of areas, especially if you black, you are no match for what the powers that be do to your community. And I'm saying data centers in PG County, Maryland now. Look at how DC is now, bro.
The course of every student's life based on how they allocate funding. and you wouldn't even know this person. You could walk down the street and walk past someone with that kind of power, old power, and you don't even know how this person is impacting your life.
Remember when Jimmy Choo used to walk around, whatever the fuck he walked around and started talking about that lady's shoes? And she was like, I don't know, I don't remember how she was, but Jimmy Choo was like, oh, I don't, da 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 da. And he was like, I'm Jimmy Choo. I made the shoes on your feet. Like, that's how covert they be. That's how covert they be.
But they are. The Bishambai family is old power. Meeting them is much easier than speaking with them.
That's scary
You
power.
see them. They're at conferences. They're holding these seminars. They're everywhere. But talking to them, you can't get close to them. You leave a nasty comment for a celebrity, likely nothing happens to you. But you get on the Bishambai family's bad side, they will absolutely ruin your life. Your work, your family life, your friends, they will all be forced to turn on you because that is how influential they are in this area.
Y'all listen to Stephanie more than y'all listen to me. Listen to Stephanie. They will. They will.
The father of the family, so Bishambai Sr., Bishambaiv's dad, is a prominent figure in the academic sector. He's seemingly very close to the former president of Kazakhstan, who is quite literally one of the most powerful people in the entire nation.
Okay.
The family appear to be large property owners. I mean, they own the restaurant that the ex-minister and his wife are in right at this very moment.
Oh, that's why nobody's doing anything?
Yes. But obviously,
that shit is crazy, bro. My family will beat the fuck out of me if I ever do no shit like that. Just off of the strength of you don't do that. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. My family will beat me to the inch of my life if I ever think I would ever be even thinking about doing some shit like that. That's crazy.
There's still a few more people that hold a lot more power and influence than the Bishambai family. And one of those people would be Vladimir Putin. So right now, if this ammonia, the smelling salt, does not wake up the ex-minister's wife, it's not going to be a good look for the ex-minister. They need to get her up. Putin is coming to the House of Ministries, and his Secret Service are outside the restaurant trying to get in right now because they need to secure the whole block. They want to secure that restaurant because maybe Putin's going to decide to eat there later, maybe not, but he is going to the building right across.
Okay.
So everything is in lockdown, and the ex-minister's wife is laying in one of the VIP rooms, tortured, beaten, and not waking up. So he's trying to use this ammonia gas to wake her up. There's something called the cadence of power. Have you heard of it?
No.
It's usually referred to when you talk about politicians because politicians have a very distinct way of speaking. There's almost a musical element to their speeches. Did you know that some speech writers for presidents, they will figure out the number of beats they want in the first opening paragraph before they even figure out what they want to say? They care more about the rhythm more than the words. It's very intentional.
I learned this in high school. It is very interesting. I learned this. Never thought this would be used in my adult life. Thank you, Stephanie, for locking into my teachers being right.
There are dedicated speechwriters that study and have test subjects where they practice these politician speeches. There's a correlation. If they're talking rapidly in a thumping, it is a fight of us against them and we will win. Test subjects stated they start to feel a little bit looser in their limbs and it quite literally makes them want to get up out of their seat. There's some like a little bit of tension building in their bodies. It puts their bodies into action.
Okay, one thing that I've found that I've like learned is like, especially nowadays, like speech and how you make somebody feel in what you're saying is so important, and there's a timing to it. So say like, and I hate gender war topics. However, I've learned back in the day, and it actually like kind of like tapped into my brain, like you have to disengage the person that you're talking to, especially if they're in a sense of like fight or flight when they're talking to you. Like say I'm talking to someone who is on the other side that thinks like I ain't shit because I just have a penis and balls. Like a thing about communication is like disengaging the person where you already have the discernment that they're probably on some certain type of thing, and the timing is so important, and you have to reach that timing to get your conversation heard and understood. That is a big thing, and a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people will say the truth, or what they call the truth first, but this truth is disrespectful as shit, but it may be true, but it don't matter. And I'm kind of learning that in real time in terms of the things that I'm learning, which is why I'm asking for patience in terms of things. But more recently, I learned that the truth doesn't matter to somebody who already thinks what their truth is their truth. And they think that the truth or your truth is a lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, communication is not as easy as people say. Communication is not as easy as people on TikTok say, oh, communication is key. Nope. Comprehension, tone. There are certain types of things that are so important to even get somebody to listen to what you're saying.
And then there's a gentle rhythm with very intentional pauses, inflections of certain words. And it's soft, but it's very authoritative. It puts people at ease, but they also feel reassured by what they're saying. They don't feel that this moment of, wait, what did they just say about that statistic? That doesn't sound right. Should I Google it? It is so self-assured. You feel like everything they say is concrete fact. And it's almost mesmerizing.
Yeah.
That is how Bishenbaev, the ex-minister, is testifying in court. He is on trial for the murder and torture of his 31-year-old wife, Sultanat Nukianova.
Rest in peace to Sultanat. And you know the thing about it? I am somebody who does not give a fuck about none of that shit. I'll respect you if you have like a nice, smooth, and sultry voice. However, but if you did something, I'm going to ask you, so why you did what you did, though? Like, I feel like I'm glad you got yourself a beautiful little voice. And maybe you're a little jealous that you got yourself a beautiful little voice. Why the fuck you did what you did, though? Why you do that, though? Obviously, that's not going to be said in a place where, like, oh, we're just talking in, like, a white room and, like, oh, why you did what you did, or interviewing. But why the fuck you did what you did? Fuck that voice. Fuck that voice. I don't care if it's smooth, buttery, garlic buttery, cowboy buttery. I don't give a fuck. Why the fuck did you do what the fuck you did, nigga?
And he has requested an open trial with a full jury and participation of media representatives.
And for somebody who has that much power, I believe him saying that is a power move.
For the first time in Kazakhstan history, the entire court proceedings will be live streamed on YouTube.
Oh.
And the ex-minister will testify for days.
Oh my God.
And he wanted this?
He wanted this. He said he wants everyone to know the truth. His voice is incredibly calm when he takes the stand. There was no motive or intention or purpose for me to commit such a senseless act. I loved Sultanat. If we go through the ex-minister's version of events that night, it is the most impossible of impossible days. But what do we know? We're not ex-ministers of any country. The most impossible day consists of two things, two elements. It involves a self-exit and likely a political setup of some sort. Bishenbaev argues that his wife self-exited that night that they were drinking at the restaurant. But here's the creepy thing. They're drinking at the restaurant. She's wasted. None of his wife's fingerprints are on any of the wine glasses.
What?
Which, I mean, come on.
Nigga,
that sounds like
what?
a setup, doesn't it? Someone wiped her prints. Like, what are the odds of that happening? It seems almost impossible. But like I said, it was an impossible night. Anyway, he says after...
An impossible night? An impossible night?
After they got drunk, Sultanat went to the restroom and, quote, by banging her head on the toilet.
What the fuck? What?
It was an impossible night. Anyway, he says after they got drunk, Sultanat went to the restroom and, quote, by banging her head on the toilet. Then, quote, she tripped, and after that fall, she was already in some sort of condition. Overall, she was very weak, and she was very poorly controlling her muscles. When she tried to get up, she could no longer hold up the muscles of her torso. Bishenbaev said that his wife then laid down, went to sleep, started snoring, and then passed away.
What?
A nearly impossible self-exit. But like I said, it was an impossible night.
I thought there's CCTV.
He
Yeah,
thought he
there
deleted
is.
it.
Dumbass nigga. Dumbass nigga. Dumbass boy. Fuck is you talk? Let me calm down. It's early in the video. Let me calm down.
Oh my.
Bishenbaev says in court, in his soft politician's voice, I just want to speak out. I'm faced with these horrific accusations, and I just want to tell my story, and then you can do whatever you would like with that. Bishenbaev continues, the most heartbreaking part about his wife's unfortunate self-exit, other than the fact that he's being framed for it, is that Bishenbaev claims that that night, the night of his wife's death, his wife confessed something very dark to him.
What?
Which could be the reason why she did not want to keep living.
Why?
He said that she admitted to having an affair with a well-known...
Man, shut the fuck up. Oh my... Yo, I'm tired. I'm tired of this shit. No. Nigga, no. And the reason why I'm saying no is because his dumbass thought he deleted the CCTV footage. And he trying to make sense as to why he did what he did. And saying she self-exited in the craziest way I've ever heard. Like this type of way, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know nobody who like commits not alive this type of way. But this does sound like this to me, this sounds like someone who committed not alive in a way that it was written by M. Night Shyamalan. I forgot how to say his name. It sounds outrageous. I don't know people who do that. So I would like to be sensitive towards people who do that. I don't know. I don't have that in my brain. Of course I can be told wrong, but I don't have that in my brain. And I'm blessed with honestly, I feel like I'm blessed with the hindsight of seeing this video of of like a clip of what happened. There's a lot of factors, and this should not be no cut and dry shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. This should not be no cut and dry shit, because if this wasn't what I felt like it feels like, then there should be explanations as to why the distance was that, as to why she didn't look at you like that, as to why you grabbed her, all that. I would like to learn as to what to explain that. That's what I'm looking for. Obviously, I'm not owed to have it, but I'm looking for that.
Businessman in Kazakhstan, like a Forbes list businessman, very wealthy, but he already has a wife and 4 kids, and the wife is friends with Sultanat. Yeah. Raimbek was his name. Bishenbaev got on the stand to testify that it was quite complicated to hear his wife say such things to him. That night, he said, she said to me, verbatim, I slept with Raimbek.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If you somebody with power and you think your wife wouldn't cheat, especially if you treat them that some type of way, you're honestly not the smartest tool in the shed in certain aspects that you think you are. If you treat your wife bad and you are in a certain type of position where the benefits that come from you with staying with you are like so, and I'm not condoning cheating. I'm just trying to think about understanding as someone who is this, I hate using this word, but I can't find a different type of word. A high value person. Men cheat, women cheat, all genders cheat. Nigga, what? You treating your wife this way and you think she's not gonna cheat on you, but you have like the ultimate benefits of life? You don't think that your wife gonna cheat on you or leave you? Let me add or leave you or kill you. That's one. That's also an option. But that's probably off the table because obvious reasons. I'm 27, so I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, obviously. Okay.
The businessman. Just straight up to his face. But even then, Bishenbaev was trying to comfort her. He said that they were near the exit of one of the doors and he was cupping her face in his hand, but there was just nothing more that he could do. On the stand, Bishenbaev is so convincing. Even he seems at a loss for his wife. I mean, certain moments when he talks about his wife and he's talking real slow as if he's pondering and reminiscing about her. He has such a captivating way of speaking, and the fact that he is one of the youngest politicians that took office and known as the golden boy of his political party.
Yeah, we know that if he does some shit like that, he's going to be okay. that is a certain type of privilege that I don't even think I was ever going to be blessed with my lineage and what the Lord gave me. And also, in the things of talking about he may seem like he have loved his wife. Yeah, I bet he would. Mr. Charismatic motherfucker. You want to know who else was charismatic? The person that's been in our lives in the most craziest of ways since 2016. Since 2016. Mind you. What's your favorite color? I hope it's not orange.
The ruling party of the country. I mean, it only adds to his credibility. And maybe he's right. He is such a powerful person. Maybe it is a setup. And he's saying that some of his wife's last words to him were, I slept with Rainbeck? Right? How heartbreaking is that?
Yeah, because that makes sense. That makes sense. You know what? This shit pissing me off. This pissed me off so much. You know what? You want to simulate it? Her last words were, I slept with Rainbeck. And she died? Are you serious? Okay. All right, for sure. For sure. Okay. Then now we just supposed to believe anything.
Она вот после этого падения уже в таком каком-то состоянии была, ну, нокдауна или вот немножко вот. В общем, она была слаба, и мышцы она плохо контролировала. Когда она пыталась подняться, она еще раз не удержала мышцы.
April 23rd, 2024, 6 months after his wife's death.
Can somebody else like speak in that language right now? Because I feel like that is a beautiful dialect. I just don't like that he's speaking in this dialect right now.
Bishambai's voice is echoing in the courtroom. Say it, you f***ing say I slept with Rainbeck. There were 12 videos found in Bishambai's phone from the night of the murder. The videos are so graphic, they have not been released to the public, but they have been played out in court, and we were able to hear the audios of the videos. You do see Aitbek, which is Sultanat's older brother, watching the videos in court for the first time, and his reaction, he looks gutted.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't even imagine. I cannot even imagine, like, seeing and hearing something like this about your family member, and like across the way from you is somebody that you literally cannot do anything about it. And if you do, it will cause jeopardy to not only your life, your family's life, or whatever. Like, you don't even know the repercussions from what you may do. You may feel some type of justified anger, but you don't know the type of stuff that may come from what you may do. That is a very, 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 very gut-wrenching type of feeling to feel. I felt that feeling before. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry, bro.
Stated that in the videos, Sultanat was forced to sit on the toilet completely except for her black puffer jacket, and in the video her husband, the ex-minister Bishambaev, is grabbing her by the hair, forcing her to pay attention to him. He's grabbing her, screaming at her. Her face is so bloody that it's said that it is barely recognizable. Her eyes are so swollen she can barely keep them open.
Did they have to see that though? Oh my gosh. Did they have oh my gosh.
Her knees are pretty much cut open and there's blood all over her. And in the audio, you can hear Bishambaev's voice, loud, clear, commanding, clearly a politician's voice, while Sultanat's voice is very meek.
Is this part taken after she was dragged into the restroom?
Yes, after he kicked her in the hallway. We don't have much context to the videos, but the audios show Bishambaev screaming at his wife, Sultanat, to quote, find it. Come on, look for it.
Find what?
It appears he is telling her to look for her phone. At one point, it's alleged that she is forced to get down on the ground on hands and knees to search for her phone. She asks, can I use the restroom? I just want to use the restroom. No fucking toilet. Look for it, you fucking slut. Then, in another clip, Bishambaev is screaming, I just want the truth. Did you fuck Rainbeck Batalov? Did you sleep with him? Sultanat sounds exhausted. She responds, yeah. But it sounds like she's just saying yes so that he can stop. But
no, for real, bro. It don't even matter if she fucked him or not. Cuz, the whole kill, if your wife is having an affair on you, that don't mean you should beat her to death. Like, what? The fuck is we talking about?
Ambition vibe continues. Say the words. I slept with him. Then you hear Sultanat make a noise that indicates that he is harming her, that she is in pain. You didn't sleep with him? Huh? You fucking bitch? Fucking lying? Did you have sex with him? Did you have sex with Rainback? Did you sleep with him? Sultanat sounds exhausted. Yes. Were you his mistress? Well, apparently that's what you're calling it. Did you have sex with him? Yes. And again, I just want to clarify, I don't think that these are accurate truths. I think that she's just saying whatever he wants her to say because...
You know, the thing about this, though, is like she's just saying whatever she wants him to say. But I feel, and I would like to say this with so much respect, like she got, hey, man, she's saying what she's saying. And it's just like, bro, if that's what you say, then yeah. I respect that. I respect it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I respect it, bro. I respect it. I respect it. I'm sorry that this happened to you. But it honestly doesn't feel like anything that you say or do is going to be suffice to this person. I ain't going, bro, like, what the fuck, bro? And it's the type of shit that need to happen when it comes to men. If your girl cheated on you, leave her and understand why she did that. And what you could do better, or understand that maybe she wanted to have somebody else. And that's just it. Beating her to death is not going to be the solution. Because you want to know why? That shit inside of you is going to have the next person that you have cheat on you. That's some bitch made shit inside of you. Beating your wife to death because she cheated on you is fucking crazy. That's bitch made right there. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, you see the footage in the hallway.
Yeah, it seems like he's been doing this for the last 7-8 hours.
Yeah.
Like
7 hours.
her, braiding her. Yeah.
And then now she's finally like, okay, I'll say whatever you want.
Yeah, like what?
Why? No, did you want money? There was no money. No money. Did you sleep with him? In another video, because it's the same sequence of events, but actually throughout the night, at one point he drags her to his car, but they don't end up leaving. But just for conciseness, it's multiple videos taken overnight. In another video, Sultanat is heard saying, I swear on my future children, I didn't. That you never slept with him in your life? In my life. But then we cut to another video, and Bisham Bive is grilling her again. Did you sleep with him? Just tell me you slept with him. Say, I slept with him. Did you?
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie. No, bro, this shit is throwing me off. I need to get a drink. I think I'm gonna need to get a drink because this is too much. She just said she didn't sleep with him. Like, she said she didn't sleep with him. You obviously don't believe her because you probably have some type of preconceived notion that she would lie. Why the fuck are you asking the question? Like, literally. Like, my question is like, you would, and I feel very amped up right now. I had a lot of coffee today and I had a bad day, but it feels like she said, you asked her a question and she gave you an answer. You didn't like the answer, so you asked again and again and again and again. So you're looking for a certain type of answer. You know what that sounds like? That sounds like you want her to say a certain type of thing to you so you can have this quote-unquote free reign or some like loophole to do what you did. Bro, if your girl is cheating on you, you think you telling her, tell me the truth? You think that bro, this shit is wrong, bro. This is wrong as hell. This is wrong as shit, bro. If your girl is cheating on you, leave her. Or if you don't want to, just know that your girl is liable to cheat on you. If you don't want her to cheat on you, find out why she cheated on you if you wanted to stay. None of these types of things means beat her to death. Like, what? Crazy as hell.
Sleep with Rainback. Tell me you slept with him at...
Also, who the fuck is Rainback? Who the fuck is Rainback?
21 and 25. Did you sleep with him? Tell me you slept with him. Did you sleep with him? Sultanat sounds beyond exhausted, and she just responds again. Yes. Say it. I slept with Rainback Batalov. Say it.
Because she said yes, you got your answer. But this type of nigga, oh, this is some bitch made shit.
I slept with Rainbeck Batalov. Say I married Bishambive, who has a photo with Rainbeck because they're friends, and I slept with Rainbeck.
Oh, you mad because your girl fucked your friend? You mad about that? So you gonna beat her ass. You gonna beat her to death. If y'all friends, why the fuck? See, this is the type of man shit that be throwing me off, bro. Like, what the fuck? If that is your friend, you gonna beat your wife to death but not see Rainbeck about it? And these are some of the things that I feel like I need to mature from. But he beat his wife to death. You had all this anger, but you couldn't do this to Rainbeck? You couldn't do this to him? This is why I say this is some bitch made shit. That's your friend. So if your friend had sex with your wife, you gonna beat your wife about it though? In public? Where it's CCTV, you gonna drag her by the hair?
Look at me and tell me, how was it, huh? Say I slept with Rainbeck Batalov. Say it. It was him. Say it. Again, I slept with him. Did you fuck him? Did you fuck him? Say I fucked Rainbeck Batalov. I don't want to talk. I'm cold. I just want to get in the car. Say I fucked Rainbeck. Was he your lover? Was he? Tell me. Did you fuck him?
Bro, get the fuck out
At
of
one
here,
point,
bro.
exhausted, Sultanat tells her husband, go to hell.
Ooh.
At this point, it seems like
Oh,
Bishambi's
shit.
wife is having a hard time keeping her head up, and he screams at her, look at me. Did you fuck him, huh?
I ain't gonna hold you. She got fight in her. I respect it. I respect it. She should not have died. But I respect that though. Stand up to this bitch ass nigga, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, cuz. No, bro. No, man. I respect that. What?
Rainbeck, look at me. Come on, raise your head. Raise it. 12 videos of the ex-minister calling his beaten wife a
12.
whore and forcing her to
12.
admit that she had an affair that never actually happened.
It didn't even happen.
To that, the ex-minister responded along the lines of, have you heard of deepfakes? It's basically a deepfake. Someone else, not him, took the videos of his wife in that condition that night, hacked his phone, pulled his voice from audios and videos because, you know, he's a politician. There's a lot of videos of him out there. Deepfaked it into him saying these horrible things to his wife, edited into the videos that were mysteriously taken of his wife the night that she died, and then hacked back into his phone to plant the videos there.
In 2023, this happened? Let me do my Googles real quick. Hold on. Y'all remember when we got our first AI video, right? Our first AI video meme. I don't know what type of AI the people in Kazakhstan in like the minister office or whatever had, but what I remember in 2023 was the Will Smith spaghetti eating video. Because I know y'all know that type of video, bro. Because you want to know why? Because it was a completely different difference when we fucking have now. That was 3 years ago. So you mean to tell me somebody AI'd that in 2023? In 2023, somebody AI'd that. That's what you telling me right now? Well, you might as well, if I'm believing that shit, you might as well piss on me and call it lemonade. I'm not buying that. Bro, you beat your wife to death on CCTV. Who the fuck has deep faked CCTV? People do that? Why do they deep fake it though? That's the thing. Why did they fake or frame you? If that's what we're going off of, why? You can't just be like, oh, they deep fake me. My wife is dead. They're framing me. They deep fake me. Okay, so who killed your wife? Why do they deepfake you though? Why they do this specific CCTV footage? The whole kill is like you went on a date, remember? So why was you in that? What's it called? And the whole thing is like we still know what looks like AI in 2026. Imagine what AI look like or deepfakes look like in 2023. I would like for him to explain that. Please explain that. You better have yourself a good ass defense. I'm not watching the video of what you did to your wife. I'm not watching that. But I could grasp what probably happened. So now you need to get to talking.
But the truth is, he did take those videos. This was not a political setup. Sultanat, his wife, did not cheat on him. She never took her own life. And they found these 12 videos on his phone. They recovered CCTV
Dumbass.
footage of him beating his wife, kicking her, dragging her by the hair. Bishimbayev, the ex-minister of national economy of Kazakhstan, had beaten his wife to death in a public restaurant for 8 hours actively, but they were in there for over a day. He waited until she took her very last breath. He continued to eat, meet with other women, text workers, and try to cover up his crime while she laid there dying. And instead of calling for a doctor, calling the emergency services, or calling for help, he called his psychic.
What?
But worse than that, according to the autopsy, her murder actually started a month before her death. He had been slowly, physically killing her over the course of 31 days.
My God.
Sultanat is staring at her brother,
the
Aytbek.
fuck,
And Sultanat's face is incredibly serious. She's got that determined look in her eyes. No, I'm serious. That's what it says. Your birth charts, and I've read the same thing over and over again, and I'm telling you, this is the truth. Sultanat's brother, Aytbek, is about to roll his eyes. It says that your purpose is to help. You're going to provide help and change. You know, that's what it says. Oh, yeah, because that absolutely makes sense, Sultanat, considering that I work in IT. Help.
Hey, man, listen. Birth charts do work. Like, birth charts do give you a sense of, like, I guess, like a foundation of the type of person you are. I kind of hate when people use, like, birth charts and zodiac stuff to just be evil.
Helping the world one code at a time, changing the world through software. This is silly. Aytbek is watching his little sister, and she's so busy analyzing his birth charts. And you know, at first he thought this whole birth chart, this whole astrology thing was just bullshit, nonsensical stuff.
She was practicing on me, actually. She started doing astrology one time. So she was practicing on friends, on family members, thinking that that's all like just some kind of a bullshit. But in some time, forecast become true.
But Sultanat was never wrong. She was one of the most booked astrologists in the country at one point.
Oh, wow.
And maybe, I don't know, there's always a first time to be incorrect. That's what he was thinking, because he's in IT. He's not some powerful politician that's going to influence and help change the world. So silly. But Sultanat, she would just shrug at him, and she would say her favorite line. Everything in life is already concrete.
Aw.
Birth charts
Damn.
are basically screenshots of the sky when you're born, the locations of the planets, and then based off of their coordinates or where you were born, many believe that it can teach you a lot about yourself, how you perceive your relationships, your ego, your perception of your own self. And Sultanat just had this way of interpreting these birth charts and being able to communicate her findings to people that gave them so much reassurance in their lives. Sultanat was probably the busiest one out of the whole family during pandemic lockdowns. So many people are booking her for consultations. She would lock herself in her room, spend 3 hours prepping for one single consultation. Then she would hop on a social distancing call with a client. She never had a hard stop time.
Oh my
So
gosh.
sometimes the call would just go on and on for hours for one call. And she could memorize these birth charts like nobody's business. If you were her client, one consultation, she knows your birth chart by heart. You see her
Bro, that is a superpower. Oh my gosh.
2 years later, she's still reciting what she remembers from your birth chart. And the crazy thing is, she really doesn't even need to work. I mean, to a degree she does, but not to the extent that she's working. Like that many hours on one consultation. The Nukianova family, to put it simply, nobody in the family was in dire need of money. They are not politically well connected or powerful or influential in the government arena, which is probably the most important arena in Kazakhstan, but they are very, very well established business leaders. Sultanat's grandfather was a self-made businessman who went on to have 10 children. And each of the 10 children all end up doing really well for themselves.
Wow.
Yeah. So I would say this family knows how to raise kids. Sultanat's uncle, he does end up kind of becoming a high-ranking government official in his local town. So it's nothing like Bishimbayev and his family, but it's something. And the others, like Sultanat's dad, they're in the business sectors. Sultanat's dad had this presence in trade, freight rails, and road transportation markets. So this whole family of four, Sultanat's parents, Aytbek, which is Sultanat's brother, and Sultanat, they really do not need to work, if you will. But it didn't feel like work to Sultanat. She was so into astrology, even before the astrology girlies, before it's like what it is now. Sultanat was in the 5th grade when she sees this girl reading a book on astrology, and she's like, can I borrow that when you're done? She reads the entire thing in one sitting, and she's so fascinated. I mean, even for the piano.
In 5th grade, bro? Damn, that's very commendable. The hell was I doing in 5th grade? I don't know.
I know, she just had this memory.
Remember.
She's so good with energy. Okay, energy makes it sound very like wishy-washy. Vibes is such a weird word, but for example, she learned how to play the piano, and a lot of times when people learn to play the piano, they remember the exact notes. They're like, okay, these are the keys, this is what this represents, I gotta hit this one next. And it's almost like a repetition. It's a memorization of a series of keys. But she would actually remember the tone. And she would remember, okay, at this part, I feel like it needs to be faster paced. So then she'd play that part faster. And if she played it once, she could basically play it from memory. So the same thing happens with astrology. And I don't think that she thought it was a career at first, because she went to school, and I believe she studied in the UK, went to school, graduated. She likely came home trying to find a job with her degree. And she's just doing this for fun. She would do it for personal people in her lives. And everybody would go tell their friends, you got to go talk to Sultanat. If you're having problems in life, you talk to Sultanat. I mean, it got to the point where she was basically being booked nonstop, and it just naturally becomes a career. You had to book 2 months in advance to talk to Sultanat. But she did have this one rule. She only accepted women. I believe that she at one point did take male clients, and after a few sessions, she would realize, okay, this person is not actually into astrology. This person just wants to go on a date.
Oh, damn. Well, I can see that. I can definitely see that. Okay.
One time she straight up shut down one of the men that was trying to do something. She just wanted them out of her life. She said, hey, listen, I'm not going to go on a date with you because I'm a feminist. I mean, this guy seemed like a straight up misogynist, so this is likely going to work. But he comes back responding, oh, you're a feminist?
You said likely would work or wouldn't work?
Likely would work. He would be like, feminism, and then he would just leave.
Oh, you're saying that would have worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he comes back responding, you're a feminist? Does that mean you like girls?
All right. So not only okay. So okay. All right.
Oh my God.
Sultanat and her brother, they were rolling over laughing at dinner over this one because
That's crazy,
what the fork is going on?
There was a time when some guy sent the message to Instagram direct, Sultanat. It was like asking if she would go to the date or something like that stuff. And she said, I'm not going on a date, I'm a feminist. And he was asking, is that mean that you don't like men and you do like girls?
Bro, what the heck, bro?
We've been laughing on that story.
So from then on, just female clients it was until she meets Bishambaiv. Sultanat and Bishambaiv's relationship, it all starts with a lie. Bishambaiv comes across Sultanat's Instagram page. Now, there are some reports that this ex-politician, ex-minister, his psychic told him that he was going to marry an astrologer and marry her one day. So that's why he's lurking on Instagram for astrologers in Kazakhstan.
So his psychic told him this was going to happen, and he just sought out astrologers. Okay.
But that's not proven. Regardless, he comes across Sultanat's page and immediately, of course, he's interested. I mean, she's stunning. She literally is incredibly beautiful. Yeah. He signs up for a consultation, gets a professional but firm message back. Sultanat only accepts female clients. He's like, yeah, no, but you must not know, Sultanat. I'm Bishambaiv, the ex-minister. No, thank you. I only accept female clients.
She said no.
Sultanat politely declines his appointment request.
Twice.
And so he starts sending her more messages. They go unread.
Okay, so this just started out with some disrespectful stuff.
tries to track her down. She's not giving him the time of day. She's not interested. So finally, he gets a female friend of his to make up this whole backstory of why she needs a consultation with Sultanat ASAP, because like I said, you got to book 2 months in advance. And Sultanat meets up with her to help, and they start hitting it off. And the client basically tells her near the end, look, I lied. The real reason I'm here is my friend. He's truly an incredible guy, and I promise you, once you get to know him, if you just give him the chance, truly, I think that you guys would be perfect for each other.
This is lame as hell. Not on the guy's friends. Like, this nigga lame as shit. How the hell do you have to sneak to get this woman that obviously was not fucking with you at all, and then you have the audacity to start berating her about some affair that didn't even happen? Like, this nigga is lame as hell.
The guy is Bishambayev.
Oh my gosh.
Now, Sultanat agrees to meet with Bishambayev, but even he later states that she was incredibly apprehensive, just hesitant about the whole relationship. First of all, Bishambayev is 12 years older than her, but to be fair, he does look much younger for his age, and I don't say that as a compliment. I'm just stating why she might have been more open to the age gap. Okay. He's incredibly charming. In terms of looks, I mean, she's receiving marriage proposals from very successful businessmen all over Kazakhstan through Instagram.
Oh, my fault. Damn. Okay. Hold on. Or my bad. Okay.
She's beautiful. She slightly resembles Scarlett Johansson when she smiles. I mean, she's just stunning. Bishambayev is not the most attractive, and he's older. He has 2 previous marriages and 4 kids from those previous marriages. So Sultanat's family and friends are like, okay, yeah, who cares if he's the ex-minister? You're way too good for him. But Sultanat does not care about looks. She does not care about children or previous marriages. She said, he is one of the most intelligent and mentally stimulating men that I have ever met.
Interesting.
Or at least that's how he portrayed himself. Bishambayev graduated high school at 15, graduated from the reputable Kazakh State Academy for Management, which is one of the top 2 schools in Kazakhstan. Then he went and got his master's from the other top school in Kazakhstan. He even graduated with a master's in business administration from George Washington University in the United States.
Damn.
And his political career, I mean, it's insane. He was the vice minister of industry and trade. Then he was the assistant to the president of Kazakhstan, Nursultan, which is the first president of Kazakhstan, very powerful person.
He was an assistant to the president?
Wow.
Like his right-hand man. And after that, he was appointed Minister of National Economy. I mean, which, to give you an idea on paper, that would make him one of the top 10 most powerful people in the entire country.
And never mind.
Wow.
He was actually nicknamed by citizens and politicians of being the golden boy of politics. Which, yeah, on paper, it all makes him a great candidate for marriage and for dating, but Sultanat is more intrigued by the fact that he could teach her things. He'd like to talk about economy, politics, like things that she didn't know as much about.
Okay.
And instead of a man who just wants to go on vacation and talk about what she can do for him, he was intellectually stimulating her. And he was super respectful. He kept telling her, I want to meet your grandmother. Sultanat's one of her favorite people on the entire planet is her grandmother. And he told her something along the lines of, I know it. I just know we're going to get married one day, whenever you're ready.
Wow.
But I want to get to know your grandmother first so that she can see what kind of man I am. And then eventually I can ask for her permission. Because for me, getting her blessing is just so important when she means so much to you. Within 2 months of meeting, Bishambayev proposes to Sultanat. They would get married December 16th, 2022, and they do not officially register their marriage, but they are common law husband and wife.
Oh, okay.
After getting married, Sultanat joked on her social media, the most golden husband, not once regretted saying, yes, I'm ready to roll dough for him from morning till evening.
Oh, shit.
Have you ever heard of the term watershed?
No. What
I
is
guess
that?
it's kind of like a canon event. It refers to a moment in time, a single event that changes the course of your life forever. Every single person usually has 1 or 2 of these moments. Looking back, you see 2 major events that changes everything. It changes your perspective, direction, priorities. It even solidifies who you are and what you think of the world and yourself. It's a lot.
Yeah, I think I had one already. No, I think I actually had 2 of them. I think I had my 2. I ain't gonna lie.
Both Sultanat and Bishambayev allegedly had very similar watershed moments, and both of them would include car
Watershed.
accidents with children.
Oh.
Bishambayev's watershed moment involved a rumor of him recklessly driving and hitting and killing a young child with his car.
What
It is
the
alleged
fuck?
that his family paid off the victim's parents to keep them quiet. Sultanat's watershed moment involved her getting hit by a reckless driver as a child.
Oh.
It's unclear
Whoa,
if Aybek,
holy
Sultanat's
shit.
older brother, screamed. Like, did he scream when he saw Sultanat laying motionless
Oh
on the
my
ground? We
gosh.
don't know. But it was one of the most vivid memories of his life when his baby sister was hit by a car.
Fuck,
He was
dude.
maybe 10, Sultanat is maybe 5, and Sultanat is playing out in the front yard of the house. She's not even playing on the street or anything, just on the grass.
What?
Aybek is near the front window. He looks up, sees a car come out of nowhere, knock tiny little Sultanat over onto the ground, and he's running out. Maybe it was a distracted driver slowly driving down a residential area. I don't know. It's unclear, but thankfully, Sultanat only had a cut above one of her eyes. That was it. Now, side note, the driver was not Bishambayev, even though they are 12 years apart. The whole family, I mean, Sultanat's whole family,
That
they
is
try to laugh
crazy.
about the incident. Especially later on, they would make fun of Sultanat's tiny little scar above her eye. But Aybek, her brother, remembers, ever since that moment, something changed. I mean, he just always felt nervous. He was always subconsciously looking for his little sister just to make sure that she was okay. Even when
Okay.
she became an adult, he never grew out of it. March 20th, 2023, 8 months before Sultanat's death, Aybek comes home from work, and usually when he's at work, he doesn't check his phone. So he finally pulls out his phone out of his pocket. He sees a bunch of missed calls and messages from his little sister, Sultanat. He opens them up, and the first thing filling the screen is a picture of his baby sister with 2 black eyes.
Bro, my gosh. What the
I mean,
fuck?
it's pretty clear. Someone punched her in the face. Like, what are the odds that this was an accident? It doesn't make sense.
Yo.
It clearly looks like multiple purposeful punches to the face to cause these 2 black eyes. It's definitely not some kind of slap. I mean, the picture comes with a simple cryptic message from Sultanat. Don't ask anything. I will explain later.
What the fuck? Oh, this is some... what the hell?
Aybek, he's calling Sultanat nonstop at this point. He's worried. He doesn't know what's going on, what happened, if she's okay, where she is. He checks her Find My iPhone. The whole family shares their locations.
Okay.
She's at her apartment that she shares with Bishambayev.
Oh,
He
hell
starts
no.
driving there. He's calling Bishambayev, the husband, on the way, and he just makes things even more cryptic. Bishambayev tells Aybek, come over and we can talk like men.
What? Hey, I ain't going... That just triggered the fuck out of me. I know damn well you did not hit my sister, and you over here talk about we should talk like men? Is you crazy?
And I'm sure that drive felt like 5 hours long, where Aybek is just running through all of these incidents. I mean, you know when you
What
have a
the
gut
hell?
feeling about somebody, but
Yeah.
you keep pushing it away because there's no proof that somebody is bad, and you
Yeah.
would seem like the crazy person, judgmental, evil person, jealous person if you were to talk about them based off of this gut feeling. But likely now, on this drive, everything is rushing back to Aybek. All those little gut instinct moments. Aybek initially called Bishambayev Stalker Pushkin as a joke. Well, okay, it was a joke at the time. Stalker, because the way he was so aggressively pursuing Sultanat.
Right,
And
the fuck?
Pushkin, after Alexander Pushkin, the Russian poet, because Bishambayev would just send Sultanat these mile-long messages professing his love for her. Like a
Ryan might try to read all that shit, man.
poet, he would write novels for her. And at
Okay.
the time, it was funny, but it was also kind of bothering Aybek. He was worried for his little sister, but she would just tell him, it's because he's older. That's how older people text. And he's just very serious about finding a wife. You know, he's not like the guys my age that just want to joke around and play around.
Right.
But there were other smaller things too. Like, they're so small that if Aybek had made a big deal about it to his sister, he would be the weird one.
I ain't gonna lie. If the missus, like, I don't know. I don't have like siblings. I grew up as an only child. Well, I have a half brother, but like sibling relationships, to me, obviously you should respect them. Like, if I don't know, bro. I I can't speak on it, so I'm just keep going.
For example, I think it takes a while typically for someone to start copying someone's mannerisms. I mean, I think cadence, maybe you pick up on it a little bit quicker, but Ipek remembered after a few weeks of dating, he had lunch with Sultanat and Bishambaev, and Bishambaev would copy all of Sultanat's mannerisms. Little things, little phrases that she used to say, the way Sultanat would move her hands and like be very expressive when she talks. Bishambaev was doing that now.
Bro, is there anybody who like picks up on that? Like little things like that and just like make note of it? Because sometimes I do that and I just make note of it just to like have that like in the ether. Because I do find it interesting when people like move around the same way. I'm slowly getting the feeling that Bishambaev was doing this in a malicious way. So I honestly, every time I hear about him doing anything, I just think it is malicious. I don't like this guy. I did calm down from the beginning of the video.
But it feels forced. It feels like it was too soon for him to pick up on all these tiny little things that Sultanat did. They'd only been dating for a few weeks. It felt like Bishambaev was going out of his way to mirror Sultanat.
That is so creepy.
That's weird.
And they do say that if you mirror someone's body language subconsciously, they end up liking you more.
Really?
There were rumors that Bishambaev was very difficult to work with, and that's putting it very lightly. The people who worked for him called him a tyrant, aggressive, incredibly volatile to work for. When Ipek brought it up with Sultanat, she said she already knew about the rumor. She talked about it with Bishambaev, and he himself told her he was so young. He was under so much pressure from that kind of position. He just wanted to do a good job for Kazakhstan. But now that he's older, he realizes just how wrong that was.
Really?
Bishambaev had a way of just explaining all these things in such a believable message. I mean, you don't become a politician without being persuasive. It's your whole job is making people like you.
That's why I don't be trusting no politicians. I don't be trusting none of them. Because you could be lying to me right now.
But harder to explain away was Bishambaev's conviction for bribery in 2017.
Oh, shit.
He was kicked out of office as the ex-minister of national economy because he was caught taking a $2 million bribe. But he confidently told Sultanat and all of her loved ones he was framed. It was a political setup. That's why he received a presidential pardon. He was sentenced to be in jail for 10 years, but he only served 2, and then he was pardoned. Would he have been let out so soon if he were actually guilty?
Nigga,
Then, very quickly into dating Bishambaev.
Excuse me?
Sultanat quit her job. Sultanat convinced everyone that it was because, you know, she still loves astrology, but she just wants to focus on growing a family. But Ipek clearly remembers hearing Bishambaev dismiss astrology as basically a stupid girl's science.
Oh.
Yeah, which is rude, but also he's one to talk because he's got a freaking psychic on speed dial giving him.
Exactly. Like, bro, what? I really would have wished that her brother, like, I mean, she's grown, so she is able to make her own decisions. I just feel so bad that she came across, or that this guy just like pretty much like hunted her. Like, I don't, gosh.
Advice on, I don't know, how to run the national economy. But Sultanat would explain that this was because Bishambaev is just very family oriented. So they just want to focus on the family unit. I mean, everything Bishambaev said, it made sense. Everything was always beautifully explained away, except that one incident just a few months ago. He's getting that picture from his little sister March 20th of 2023.
Okay, a year ago?
Yes. Now, January 1st of 2023, so like 3 months before this picture,
Right?
there was something weird that happened.
What?
And they got married, you say December?
Of 2022. So this is like 4 months into their
So
marriage.
the photo was sent 4
gosh.
months after.
Yes.
What the fuck?
And they only met 2 months prior to that.
Ugh.
This is like within half a year of meeting Bishambaev.
What the hell?
And also the
Do y'all find it weird, like, sped up relationships? Even though, like, of course, people should be able to like have to go at their own speed, but does it make you like think? Because it's just like, wait, how? Wow, this is not like saying like, oh, this is crazy fast. It's like, this is pretty fast. Like, Oh my gosh.
The restaurant happened when?
November. So they were married for less than a year.
And also, speaking of like stuff being fast, it's like, bro, I've been with her for 3 years, and it literally has gone by so fast, bro. It's gone by so fast. So imagine how fast 6 months is. That shit will go just like that. That is actually crazy.
Wow.
Now, the entire New Year of 2023 was ruined by a perfume bottle.
What?
In Kazakhstan, New Year's is kind of like Christmas, and I'm not sure if there's a religious aspect to it. Obviously, take out all the religious aspects of Christmas. So, for example, I'm not Christian, but my family celebrates Christmas.
Right.
Everybody comes over. Nobody comes empty-handed. It's very similar in that sense. There's a huge gift exchange, and it's kind of weird to not have a gift for someone at a Christmas party, right?
That's cool.
So that's New Year's in Kazakhstan. New Year's Eve, December 31st, 2022. So heading into 2023. This is the same month that they get married. Bishanbayev and Sultanat get married. This is 11 months before Sultanat's death. Sultanat's brother, Aytbek, arrives at their apartment, the newlywed apartment. And it feels like a party. You know, there's kids running around screaming at each other. There's beautifully wrapped gifts piled up on the table. The adults are mingling. Aytbek walks in with his gift in his hand, ready for his baby sister. He's only going to be there for a few hours because he has other plans for the actual New Year countdown.
Right.
He walks over to his sister, presents his gift, and she seems really anxious, which is kind of strange because Sultanat typically loves family gatherings. I mean, she's like, I don't want to say she's the life of the party, but she's so full of life. She's an introvert, so she enjoys a lot of time alone.
Right.
But you would never think she's an introvert because she just has so much energy and
Interesting.
excitement, and like
Okay.
it rubs off on you and it's contagious. And this is where she would have that, but she doesn't. She seems so nervous, and she keeps glancing at the dining table, and she's nervously asking her brother Aytbek if he thinks the table is set okay.
Yeah.
It's just very strange. I mean, she's like obsessing over how well she set the table and the dishes, and she seems genuinely stressed out about it. Like it's interfering with her ability to enjoy herself.
Oh
Her
my
brother is
gosh.
trying to calm her down, like, yes, the table is
probably not
beautiful.
a-
What are you talking about?
It's not about
I mean,
the
it
dishes.
really is strange, but maybe she just wanted to host the best New Year's Eve party since she just got married. This is her first New Year's Eve as a wife.
Right.
Maybe she's taking it too seriously, putting too much pressure on herself. Then a few hours later, the door to the party opens, and in walks Bishanbayev's distant cousin. This cousin is very important. He's there at the day of the murder. We're going to call him Cousin B. Cousin B walks in, and he's with his wife, and it's clear that they were uninvited. Everybody's like, oh,
What the hell? That scared the shit out of me.
what are you doing here? Like, what's going on? He's like, oh, we were on our way to our New Year's Eve plans, but you were on the drive, and, you know, we thought we could drop off a cute little gift. Aytbek glances over, and Sultanat is clearly panicking because it's kind of perceived as rude to not have a gift prepared for a guest for a New Year's Eve party.
Oh, okay.
That's just the way it works. Everybody's doing a gift exchange.
Why is it
But
freezing
he
like
was
this?
not invited.
Cousin, I'm sure there's this added layer of Sultanat wanting to be generous and welcoming to his side of the family. Like, I would much rather accidentally forget a gift for my cousin than my husband's cousin. Because I'm just closer with my cousin, right? I can explain the situation.
Okay.
Sultanat rushes into her room, comes back out a few minutes later with a carefully, beautifully wrapped gift for Cousin B's wife.
Okay.
She opens it up. It's a perfume bottle.
Okay.
Unopened, of course.
Right.
And for a second, it seems like the social crisis is averted. Cousin B's wife looks so happy with her new gift. It's so thoughtful. It's so sweet. And Bishanbayev walks over, sees the perfume bottle, and in that split second, his politician face is gone. He's tomato red, and there is literally fire burning hatred in his eyes because he had gifted Sultanat that perfume, and now she is re-gifting it to his cousin's wife. I will say, regifting is very tricky. I can see how someone would be upset at a regift.
Yeah, I'd be a little bit upset, but I wouldn't be tomato red. Ain't also well I don't know because this is Kazakhstan. Like, my question is like well, this would be a tricky situation. You know what I'm saying? I think of course I think it's not that serious, especially as serious as he's taking it. But is that like a thing that is like really, like, you know how it's rude to not have a gift for someone on during this time. So how rude is re-gifting a gift just so you won't seem rude? You know? Like, I'm kind of under the impression if Bish and Bob get mad at that, he would probably get mad at her not giving a gift, you know?
But it's a perfume bottle. It's likely not a sentimental gift with a lot of
Exactly.
emotional and monetary value, especially for someone as powerful and rich as Bish and Bive.
Exactly.
And
What?
it's from her husband.
What is he mad about?
He gave that gift to Sultanat. He gave the perfume bottle as a gift to Sultanat, and Sultanat is re-gifting it to his cousin's wife.
Like she's not treasuring the
Yeah.
gift from him?
I mean, it's like I can 1,000% see myself doing exactly what Sultanat did in this situation, and I think you would be 1,000% behind my decision.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? Like, what?
And if you weren't, I think you would just bring it up after the party, like, hey, I really wanted you to have that, and I was really excited for you to have that. Like, I picked it out, but not Bish and Bive. He flips like a switch in the middle of this party. The
Oh my
best way
gosh.
that people have described him is, this is someone else's description, someone who knows him, not me, a monkey with a grenade.
What the hell? What the hell?
Like, you just don't know what they're about to do when
Oh,
they get
fuck
mad.
no.
It's
That's
very
crazy.
unstable, unpredictable, scary.
Oh,
There's no
yeah.
way to talk reason into them, because you would imagine, like a human, it's very easy to talk reason, like, hey, put the grenade down.
I also think that just the fact that he's able to do that is also alarming, and switch it off. Like, that switch off and then he can explain what's going on. That seems alarming as fuck.
But a monkey,
Well, no, that is alarming as hell.
like, you can't really talk to these animals. Like, I'm going to tell Mango to put the grenade down. Like, my dog doesn't know what I'm saying.
Ugh.
He starts screaming at Sultanat in front of everyone, the
You just
children,
ruined the
his
party.
parents, Sultanat's brother. He doesn't care. He's yelling at the top of his lungs at her. What right do you have to give away my gifts? I gave them to you. You're not even thinking about my feelings at all.
All right, well, you're not thinking about the party. You just ruined the fucking party. Fucking party pooper. Like, yo, get over yourself. Damn, it's a fucking perfume bottle. Like, I understand, but shit, relax. The fuck?
A few people of Bish and Bive's side, they try to get involved. Come on, it's just perfume. It's
Just a
not that
fucking
big of a
perfume
deal. I'm
bottle.
sure Sultanat just wanted to be polite. Eventually, his parents are trying to tell him, okay, that's enough, Bish and Bive. But he turns on them, his parents.
What
He's
the
screaming at his dad to stay out of it, because all his dad ever did is ruin his life and his mom's life.
All right. See, now, all right, bro. All right. Get the fuck out of here, cuz.
What?
At one point, he
fuck?
starts yelling at his mom for spending so much time with Sultanat. Apparently, his mom lives in the same apartment building, just 2 floors down. And
Okay.
out of obligation, Sultanat would spend a lot of time taking care of Bish and Bive's mom, because she's trying to be a good daughter-in-law. But Bish
Okay.
and Bive did not like that.
What
he
is
just
wrong-
straight up tells his parents to shut the fuck up, essentially. And eventually, the whole thing kind of quiets down. And Beck, like I said, he had plans for New Year's, and he was just stopping by, and he's very hesitant to leave now. And his sister's
Yeah,
like,
what the
"Oh, it's
fuck?
okay. Like, everything's good
Nah.
now." And he's like, "You promise
bro.
me you're gonna call me if something happens, and you call me tomorrow when you wake up." She's
Oh my gosh. That is also tricky, because I can imagine, like, Big Brother wants to do Big Brother stuff, but she is grown. But still, like, this dude just blew the fuck up over a perfume bottle. I know it's not really the best to judge a person's character over one fuck up, but I think a mental note should be made if he's blowing up over something so small like this. Like, he's over here telling your parents to shut the fuck up. Like, yo, you need to make him stand in a corner and stare at it or something.
like, "Yes, go, go, go. It's okay."
fuck?
And as he's walking
fuck
out,
is wrong with
Bish
him?
and Bive's mom catches up with him. So this is his little sister's mother-in-law, the wife of a very powerful family, and she just starts profusely apologizing. But something about the way that she's apologizing is making Beck feel weird. It's not that she's apologizing that her son is treating Sultanat like that, but she's apologizing that he saw it, that he had to see his sister get yelled at.
Oh no. Oh.
It's more of sorry you had to see that versus I'm so
shit.
sorry that my son did that.
Ooh.
Like, I'll make sure it never happens again.
That's a very big difference. Oh my goodness. Oh shit. Now I'm thinking, like, wait, this is something that happens. Like when somebody says that, like, I'm thinking, like, wait, what do you mean you sorry I had to see that? What does that mean? that means that this happens? That means he yells at her more? Okay. Mental note. Mental note.
It wasn't that.
When he gets mad, did you see if it's like his whole face changes? Was it very slow? It's like more mad and more screaming, or is it like instant?
So it's like totally two different people.
Yeah, it's scary.
And as far as we talked not the person he presented himself before the marriage was totally different as a person after the marriage. And at that point, during the New Year Eve and so on, he had this like face, like aggressive face, but there was no physical abuse. So he was like screaming around, but he was far away. And eventually that was the first, like red flag. And the mom went to Sebastine, and she was like hugging me and saying, I'm so sorry. And she was almost crying. And as she is elder son, I felt very uncomfortable because she was feeling that way, kind of because of me, because it was looking like she was feeling bad because I saw it. Not because he did it, he said that, but because I saw it.
The next day, Aibek calls.
Okay, quick question. So, is this like a cultural thing? Like, and I'm not saying like because people in like we're putting like Sultanate and Bishop Bive aside. Like, say like say like someone is having a disagreement and the apology is coming from having to see said disagreement. Like, is that like a cultural thing? If that's what it is, then I could like imagine that the mom would say that anyway, but just the way that he acted and did all that, that's where I'm like, mental note. Am I making any sense?
And she tells him Bishambaiv lost his mind the night before. He left after her brother left, and he left maybe like 15 minutes before midnight, so 11:45. And the tradition typically is kids get to open presents on New Year's, like right when the clock hits 0 or midnight. He walked out 15 minutes before. Now, if you're an adult here, what do? The children are already witnessing this weird aggressive tantrum from their dad. The fun atmosphere of New Year's is ruined. The best thing to try and do and lift their spirits is to let them open presents at the time that they were expecting to open presents.
They ain't get to open presents.
But around 12:05, 5 minutes after midnight, 5 minutes after the presents are opened, Bishambaiv walks back into the apartment, sees all the presents are opened, and he flips a table.
Why?
Literally, he flips the entire dining table with all the glass dishes, the food, the plates, everything that Sultanate had been stressing to make perfect, flipped onto the ground.
The fuck is wrong? Yo, this nigga is a Hulk? Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Fuck no. Like, yo, this nigga's a fucking child.
Ultimately, the whole ordeal felt incredibly alarming, but also very childish, like a little Nepo baby politician throwing a tantrum. At no point did Bishambaiv ever get into Sultanate's face or up close and personal with her. Even the things he was saying things like, why don't you care about how I feel?
Nigga,
that was my present that I wanted you to have. Why don't you think about me? I picked it for you. So
ain't this the time for the family? Ain't this the time to not talk about like individual like feelings? Like, isn't that why are you? Again, I understand that you the husband, but damn, calm down. Where the fuck your nuts at? Like, bro, come on. Why you care about me? Why you want to do that? Like, come on, bro. And then you talking about some let's talk like men. Man, get the fuck out of here.
Do you see why Aibek sees it more as childish than like, oh, he's violent?
Yeah.
Because it's very like, me, why don't you care about me?
That's embarrassing.
Oh, you're saying the brother at that point thought he's just a giant baby that would throw a tantrum.
Like,
yes.
The fuck?
Because even the words he's saying is like, how, it's not like, how dare you? Like, you're it's very like, my feelings, I wanted you to have it from me. Like, it's.
That's also scary because he flipped a fucking table. Like, that doesn't, like, to me, the difference between the me versus the flipping the table with everything on, like, that is, oh my gosh, that is scary.
It feels very childish. Even the presents that the kids opened, he was crying, like, he wasn't crying, he was screaming. Why don't you care about how I feel? I picked them out. I wanted to see them open it.
Oh
He
my
did
God.
think it's a very red flag, and he saw it as a strong, like, okay, I need to keep my eye out on this
Yeah,
guy.
bro,
But he was
what?
not connecting it as he is hitting my sister. Yeah, and
That's-
he wasn't ever getting in front of Sultanat's face. Like, it wasn't anything like that.
It's like subtle. Like I feel what had happened behind closed doors, bro.
But Aitbek decided ever since that day, he was going to keep an eye on Bishambayev.
As he should. 'Cause this shit is
Likely every
crazy.
few seconds on the drive there, Sultanat's brother, Aitbek, is trying to calm down his own emotions because now, 3 months later, he's gotten that picture of his sister with the 2 black eyes, and he was, quote, crazy mad. But he needs to stay focused on his goal, which is to drive over to Bishambayev and Sultanat's home, bring home Sultanat.
Right.
That's it. Nothing else matters.
Okay.
Sultanat's brother arrives at Bishambayev's house, and he's staring at Bishambayev, whose body language is so relaxed.
What?
Infuriatingly relaxed. Why is he not freaking out? Where is Sultanat? Bishambayev just shrugs. I don't know.
What?
Aitbek said it was completely mind-blowing at this point. What do you mean you don't know where my sister is? I'm on her Find My iPhone and it's telling me that she's in the apartment, but you're telling me she's not in the apartment, so where is she? What do you mean you don't know? He gets into the apartment, searches the entire place. She's not in there. And the whole time, Bishambayev is calm, just like, yeah, well, how would I know? And that calmness is making Aitbek even more emotional. His sister is missing. The last thing he saw of her were pictures of her completely bruised
Yeah,
face.
like what?
Why the hell is Bishambayev, her own husband, so calm? It's driving him mad. Aitbek is searching the entire place. And Bishambayev, I think even if I knew a stranger was missing, I would have more emotions than him.
This is
That
so
is
weird.
till Sultanat's brother calls Bishambayev's mom.
Oh,
And he says, your son, your criminal, beat his wife and now she's missing. This is when Bishambayev is no longer calm. Because there's only 2 things in the world that Bishambayev cares about. 1, what the public thinks of him. And 2, what his mommy thinks of him.
yeah, and I guess one of them isn't like what your morals as a man. Like, what the fuck? You're like, oh, I don't know where she is. All right, well now since you want to act like since you want to act so obtuse, I'm calling your mom. Now bro. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I'm over here just thinking of things, but I don't know. I can't say nothing because I don't have a sister or something. But I can imagine like a family member like, yo, what the fuck is your problem? And obviously I would say go upside his head with a pot of with a skillet or something, because now you acting like this and you literally sitting in my face. Probably cannot do that, so I'm calling your mommy. Now you gonna see you getting mad. You gonna flip another table, motherfucker. And also he said, let's talk like men. Like what? Like what do you mean? Let's talk like men. And then I get to the crib and you just like, I don't know where she is. I don't know where she is. I don't know. I don't know. Like, huh? Like, now you're just playing with his intelligence.
Wow.
Bishambayev starts going off on Aitbek. Don't get involved. It's not your business. This is our family. It's our relationship. She's part of my family now. She's no longer yours. Basically saying Sultanat is no longer part of his family because she's now Bishambayev's wife. It's very
Nigga.
traditional when you get married,
Oh.
the wife becomes the husband's family. He's trying to pull Aitbek out of the apartment, trying to forcibly push him out, yanking his arm. And there was an altercation.
Yeah.
The night of March. Now it's March 21st, 2023. And it has been described as a tornado. The two turn into a tornado in that
Man.
apartment. They're holding onto
Shit.
each other, throwing each other onto the wall, the ground, breaking glass doors. Sultanat's brother doesn't really remember too much from that fight,
Oh,
except at
shit.
one point it just stopped because he wanted to continue looking for his sister. She was somewhere in this building and he was sure of it. He said,
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was dying. My sister sends photos like this.
Wait, what if she's at the mom's?
And
Oh,
now she's nowhere to be found. He starts storming through the entire upscale condo building. He does not care if he's disturbing the residents. He needs
Check
to
the
find
mom's
his
house.
baby sister.
Check his
the
mom.
whole apartment building is incredibly well made, meaning the whole place is soundproof. The doors are thick and massive. Once you're inside of a unit, you can barely hear what's going on in the hallway. Aitbek already went through Bishambayev's entire apartment, but he knows that Bishambayev's mom, like I
Yeah.
said, lives 2 floors
Yeah,
down. So he's
hold
running down the
on.
stairs, banging on the door. Nobody's answering. He's jiggling the door handle. He's
Bro,
kicking it
what?
until it completely breaks off, and now there's just a hole in the door where the door
Okay.
handle used to be.
all right.
Wow.
She's trying to kick open the door and screaming into the circular opening of the door. Finally, it opens, and Aipek is staring at his little sister. But it's not his little sister.
What you mean?
Like, some people you walk around, and you're like, wow, that person is so alive. Like, I know it sounds weird to say because technically we're all alive if we're walking around.
I know
but
what you
some
mean.
people, they look sleepy, tired, bored. Others, they look like they're over it. She looks like the embodiment of life. That is how people describe Sultanat. Even when she was a kid, oh my God, okay, so she had this bright acid orange jumpsuit that you could not pay her to take off.
Oh,
it was the
shit.
color of a creamsicle. But the worst part is, it's made out of like the rainproof windbreaker material. So
What
every
the
time
hell?
she would walk, it would just... And she had these bright orange bangs to match with it. And it doesn't matter if people were making fun of her walking around like a creamsicle, or if her older brother was annoyed at the... or if the whole house knew where she was because of how loud it was.
That's
she
funny.
loved that jumpsuit. She would not take it off. Sultanat's friend said she's very brave, like very independent, self-sufficient. She always had her own opinion about everything. She was one of those few people that always clearly knew what she wanted and set very firm boundaries, but in a very kind way. Stubborn independence. That's how the Nukianovas raise their children.
Okay.
I mean, you make your own decisions. You do what you choose. But you never forget that you are responsible at the end of the day. Like, every
respect
choice
that.
you make, every decision you make, that's going to be on you. So growing up, Sultanat was very interested in understanding how to improve the way one experiences life.
Bro, she's like a superhero. Cause what? My gosh, bro.
She read psychology books, attended conferences for self-growth, evolving your
Damn.
character. And a lot of these centers around being independent and knowing what you want. She is described to have this fix-it attitude. You don't
Huh.
like something about your life? Fix
Fix
it.
it.
You don't like
Okay.
something about your situation? Fix it.
I like her. I like Sultanat, bro. I'm so sorry that you had to just be victimized by this man. And also potentially the mom too, because why the fuck is she in the mom's apartment? And that's probably why his ass got mad, bro.
Except now, standing in front of Aipek in this doorway, all of that is gone. I mean, she no longer has this crazy fighter spirit. She seems timid. She's like hugging herself, holding the door open. He did notice that the bruises on her face were now brown, so almost healed, but they're just giant blotches on her face.
It is
The
heartbreaking.
picture she sent him earlier that day had been from a week or two ago. But again, none of that matters. She's just staring at him. Her eyes seem empty, and Aipek is ready to walk inside. Come on, pack your things. We're leaving. We're going home. And she just stops him.
Why?
Please just stay out of it.
No,
I'm not leaving
no.
with you. I want to figure this out myself. This is
Oh
my
my
life and my
gosh.
marriage, and I'm committed to it. And it's not perfect, but I can save it.
Fuck. This is so heartbreaking. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's just like what can you do now? Like, what can you do? Get that motherfucker arrested.
Aipek is staring at her like she's lost her mind. I mean, he probably feels just so angry at what Bishambai did to his sister, but also so frustrated that she's not getting it because he shouts, please, he's gonna kill you if you stay. But she just stares at her older brother and her shoulders are slumped. I mean, where is that little girl that refused to take off her orange jumpsuit because she liked it and nobody and nothing else mattered? Sultanat looks up at her brother and just quietly says, I love him. Aipek goes home alone that night. But he does not stop trying, and it practically consumes him. How to get his sister out of there. Yeah, okay, he can drag her out there, right? Kicking, screaming, but then what? He just holds her hostage until she realizes how horrible Bishambai is. So now he needs to come up with a plan for his sister.
Call the police on him or put him in the hospital. And put him in the hospital is probably not the best decision. Nor, killing him, but I don't. What would y'all do? Like, I don't know. I'll probably say call the police. At least have the police in their business.
He's looking for apartments to rent for Sultanat. He's looking for therapists who can talk to her and show her that this is not a normal relationship. But she won't see the therapist. She believes she can fix this relationship. But
This is
everything has a
sad.
price. the price that Sultanat had to pay for sending that photo to her brother, because Bishambayev knows that she
What?
sent that photo. Bishambayev forced his own wife to strip naked and recorded humiliating videos of her for blackmail.
What the fuck did you just say to me, Stephanie? You know, the amount of rage that just flew through my body, I had to take a break for a quick second. Because what the hell? Like, yo, what? See, this, he gotta go. He needs to have something happen to him. He need to have something happen to him. He needs something to happen to him. What the fuck?
Did you know that swans only have one partner their whole life?
Yeah.
Swans are incredibly loyal creatures, and that's how Sultanat's parents are described. They're swans. They spent every waking moment and every day with each other, madly in love.
That's
This part gets a
beautiful.
little complicated, but Kazakhstan was ruled by the USSR, and there was a riot held by Kazakhs to gain control over their country again. Sultanat's dad was one of the people that led a riot. He
Oh,
was
sick.
thrown in
Okay.
prison for 3 years for basically fighting for what he believes in. And the
wow.
whole 3 years, Sultanat's mom never, ever thought about leaving him. She was loyal, supportive. She never gave up on
That's
him,
what's up.
even when he was like, go live your life. 3 years, you're so young.
That's what's
Sultanat
up.
is growing up seeing this like once in a lifetime love. I mean, she knows that it's not just something that happens. Even when times are dark, you have to push through. You got to be there for your partner because that's what's love. You never give up on the person you love. And Sultanat felt like, well, if her parents did that, she can do that with Bishambayev, even though he does not deserve it.
At all.
On top of that, Sultanat is incredibly connected to Bishambayev's 4 kids from the 2 previous marriages.
my
They love
gosh.
Sultanat. They spent a lot of time together, and I don't want to go as far to say that she saw them as her own, but she was a very maternal person. There's like a million reasons why Sultanat is staying, and Sultanat does start confiding in her brother, though. After the March incident, she does confess that Bishambayev was constantly controlling, not letting her go anywhere, work, or do anything for herself. He banned her from using Instagram. And there were times where Sultanat did leave Bishambayev. She left him about 8 times from March 2023
Damn.
to her death about 8 months later in November 2023.
Oh my god.
But Bishambayev always drew her back in. I mean, he knew exactly what to say, how to behave. Aybek would text his sister pleading her. He would text her, think about just yourself for once and answer this. Are you happy? Is he worth it? You can always come and live with me. I will pay for the mortgage if necessary. I can support you, give you all your living expenses. Because again, Bishambayev forced her to quit working. We
That's
will live
crazy,
normally.
bro.
We need you to be happy and whole.
I can never wrap my head around somebody who just wants to keep their wife locked up like fucking Rapunzel. Like I just can never wrap my head around that shit. That is, oh my gosh.
I love him. He can kill you. I can't live without him, I swear. Talk to a psychologist. Show her the photos. I won't be able to live if I get divorced. They will explain to you, Sultanat, that this is not love. This is some kind of mental disorder. Please don't report it to the investigators, please. He broke you. No, you don't know anything. It was my fault from the very beginning.
Oh my gosh. See, this is mad heartbreaking. And also, it's like after hearing what he does after he finds out that she sends stuff, I can only imagine, and I don't want to imagine what would happen if he actually called to put. Like, this is sick. This is sick, bro.
You don't know our relationship history. I will kill him. No matter how much you love him, Sultanat, I will never allow him to treat you like that. He's my husband. He does everything for me and my happiness.
Well, you going
Sultanat's brother would get so frustrated with her. He would say, I mean, the impact that she had on people. I mean, she helped everyone but herself.
Oh my gosh.
Side note, divorce does have a negative stigma literally everywhere in this world, Kazakhstan included. But I don't think that Sultanat meant the divorce text as in, oh, I'm not going to be able to live with myself after divorce because of the way people think about me. I think she was convinced by Bishambayev that she could not live without him and his so-called love.
Oh my
Regardless, Sultanat's parents told her and made it very clear that divorce is welcomed in this situation. I think they, like most other parents around the world, could agree they would rather have a divorced daughter than a dead one.
Right.
The night before Sultanat's murder, November 8th, 2023, Sultanat was not having a good night. I mean, this is not the way that it's supposed to go. She spent a long time getting her makeup ready for the night, not because she cares that much, but because Bishenbaev pays 2 times more attention on her makeup and outfits than she does. And when he notices something, usually the night doesn't end well.
Oh my gosh.
She had planned this whole date with her husband Bishenbaev and a mutual friend of theirs, Ada. The whole thing was exciting for multiple reasons, mainly because Sultanat's friends barely ever had time with her anymore. I mean, at first, all of her friends thought that Bishenbaev was a very demanding husband. Sultanat was expected to cook 5 dinners a week for him, get up early whenever he gets up in the morning to prepare him a breakfast and a coffee. She would have to keep the house. She would have to go to networking events with him. She would have to help him take care of his children, take care of her body so that she looks presentable as a politician's wife. I mean, there was a lot that she had to do, or at least that's what they thought initially. But then she slowly starts confiding in them that Bishenbaev was physically abusive. Her friends don't even know what to do. I mean, she would tell her friends about what he was doing, but she would also say, please, I don't need you to save me. If you try to, I'm not going to talk to you. I'm trying to make this work. I'm going to heal him. I'm going to bring out the best in him. I just need your support.
Hey man, listen, I understand what you're saying, but then again, rather you be sad for a little bit when he gone, but you be alright, or you would be alright. If it was him rather than you. For it, man, shit.
Bishenbaev would play into Sultanat's feelings. He would tell her all the time that she changed his life. And before her, he was a cold, loveless man. He said, I didn't realize I could be a loving, caring, kind man until I met you. You're the one that brought out everything good in me. All those qualities, I'm changing for the better because of you. Basically stating that he's a broken man, he's a cruel, evil man, but she's thawing out his ice-cold heart. She just needs to be patient because it takes time and he might relapse.
No.
Her friend described...
No. Oh, what the fuck? Man, you go ahead. Thaw by your damn self, nasty nigga.
...it as being on an emotional seesaw.
Fuck?
Is what she sees Sultanat go through. He gives her enough happiness and hope so that she stays, but then it gets violent again. Sultanat told a friend that Bishenbaev loves her, but he only knows how to love maniacally. Friends said that there was this rule that they were not allowed to text or talk to Sultanat first, because even if there were messages not about Bishenbaev or anything weird, if he so much as saw her having a conversation with someone else, it would turn into a full-blown fight.
What the fuck?
Also, this part is very strange, but it makes sense in such a sick and twisted way. Bishenbaev, almost every single night, would do this thing where he keeps Sultanat up all night long, just talking to her about his life, his work,
This is
his
torture.
His theories on, I don't know, philosophy. Just yapping away. And if she tries to doze off or wants to go to sleep, he would get violently aggressive. Sultanat would end up severely sleep deprived, but somehow he would get 3 hours of sleep and go to work and function consistently. I have a theory that he was sleeping at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
But
Yeah,
Sultanat,
what?
she would get 3 hours of sleep, and then he would have a whole day of things that he needed her to do.
Bro, this is torture. She really married the fucking devil. Like, yo, what the hell?
So she's like severely sleep deprived all the time.
Wow. And that's one of the worst type of
Yes.
torture.
Yeah,
Sleep
yo, what the
deprivation.
fuck?
Like, he just refuses to let her sleep. She mentioned this to her friend. On one occasion, she was trying to get a good night's rest. She was trying to sleep early. He woke her up in the middle of the night and showed her an explicit adult video because he was staying up to watch porn, explicit videos. And he's like, this girl, her face is not in the video, but her body looks just like you. Is this you? Like, it's so unhinged, right?
Dog, my gosh.
A whole night long fight. And there were so many identifying markers that was not Sultanat. Like, she's like, look at that
Yeah.
mole. I don't have
is
that mole. Like,
crazy.
what are you saying?
Oh, I thought we was talking about like the fight. It don't even sound like she's fighting back, bro. It's just like, dog, just
But he's like, this is you.
no.
Sultanat had
dumbass.
this feeling that
How the fuck is it gonna be her if you keeping her in the damn house and all on your hip and shit? How is that gonna be her? You can't even let her. You can't even let her fucking talk to her friends. You can't even let her sleep. You think she got time to do some porn? Fucking dumbass.
If she just had children with
What?
Bishenbaev, things would get better for two reasons.
No, please.
Bishenbaev does seem happier when he's around his kids most of the time. Not all the time, but in general, right? And maybe having a kid makes him recenter his life and focus on what's actually important.
Man, he got he got 4 kids and he flipped the table in front of them.
But also, it would help with his insane jealousy. He was always accusing her of cheating on him, being in love with other men, and this was her way of showing him that she is dedicated. Like, this is her family now.
Oh,
But
wow.
she couldn't get pregnant. According to some friends who went to the doctor with her, the doctor stated that her body was in survival mode, in a heightened state of high levels of cortisol, high levels of stress all the time. There was no way that she was going to get pregnant. She also was not eating a lot. Even a housekeeper brought it up to Bishenbaev's attention once, like, Sultanat is not hungry, but she needs to eat more. Back on the night of November 8th, 2023, the original plan was Sultanat was going to wear one of those Max Mara pantsuits, because Bishenbaev really liked those. And they were going to go to a Kazakhstan Central Concert Hall in Astana to watch one of Bishenbaev's favorite musicians. Now, they do make it to the concert hall. Sultanat's wearing her Max Mara suit, but she also has tears streaming down her face, and Ada, her mutual friend, is confused on how to even comfort her. Right when they walked into the concert hall, Bishenbaev walks up to a young, strange woman and kisses her on the cheek right in front of his wife, does not introduce her to Sultanat, and the two, Bishenbaev and this woman, walk off together and disappear for 40 minutes.
Are you fucking serious?
Right in front of Sultanat, doing God knows what.
So they're arriving at the concert hall. She's crying already.
No. She's happy, walks in, and then he walks over to a young woman, kisses her on the cheek, and just walks away with her.
So
okay.
And so during that 40 minutes, she starts crying with her friend Ada. I mean, clearly, this is not any sort of innocent situation because Bishenbaev cheated on her constantly, and she knew. She found out.
Oh, shit.
So what is he doing? That's how Bishenbaev decides to start the evening. According to Sultanat's friend that was there, I mean, it was the beginning of the end of the night. Because by the time that Bishenbaev came back, Sultanat is in tears and Bishenbaev drags her out of the concert hall. It would be the last time Sultanat's friend would see her alive.
Oh my goodness.
Sultanat and Bishenbaev arrive at the BAU restaurant after they leave the concert.
Bro, the fact that this is on camera is crazy. I'm just like, you can only imagine what happened behind closed doors. This nigga did this in the fucking public.
I guess the plan from Bishenbaev's perspective is to talk things through or just to yell at Sultanat and eat a late dinner. Sultanat, she just wants to leave. She wants to go to her brother's house and stay with Aytbek. She's done with Bishenbaev. Around 12:30 a.m., Sultanat tells her husband that she's called a cab and she's done. She's going to leave. But he follows her outside and won't let her. He brings her back into the building.
Bro, when he like sped up, I got scared for a second.
Later, we see footage of them near the exit door and she's on her phone. He's pressing up against her, trying to grab at her face. He's hovering over her. It feels like he's watching every micro movement. Like even just watching I can't breathe. The CCTV footage, I mean, at least the ones that show of them, because most of them have been deleted intentionally. It just shows him like hovering. Won't let her away, like out of his sight. Just, it feels suffocating. The CCTV footage, or at least the ones that show them, are deleted from 12:30 a.m. to around 5 to 6 a.m. But a security guard in the building does make note of the couple. He has to stop Bishenbaev from trying to drive home completely drunk. He says that he took Bishenbaev's keys from him and called Bishenbaev's cousin, the one that came to the New Year's Eve party.
Oh,
yes.
Cousin B.
Cousin B. Now, a few things to note. It is clear that this whole plaza, this whole building, I mean, the whole town, they know who Bishenbaev is. The security guard does not let Bishenbaev drive home because perhaps if something were to happen to Bishenbaev, he would be the one responsible because no one's going to blame Bishenbaev. But he doesn't call Bishenbaev's parents or even the police. He calls Bishenbaev's cousin, Cousin B. Now, Cousin B manages this whole building. And some of the units are owned by the Bishenbaev family. If not, the entirety of the building is owned by them. At around 6:30 a.m., Cousin B wakes up to his phone blowing up. He angrily picks up the phone. It's the security guard guard from the building. Bishimbaev and his wife just tried to leave, but I didn't let them because he was beyond gone. I mean, he's wasted. He's so drunk. He's in no state to operate a vehicle. What? Okay, yeah. I'll be right there. Cousin B hangs up, and he does not be right there. He goes back to sleep. What? A little while later, he gets another call. This time, it's the manager of the BAU restaurant where Bishimbaev and Sultanat are. The restaurant manager is nowhere near as nice as the security guard. They're practically screaming into the phone. Bishimbaev is here again, and his wife, and he's making this whole scene, screaming around the place nonstop all night. None of the employees that came during the night shift to do repairs can even get to work right now. So at this point, the restaurant is closed for business, but they can't work. There are employees there trying to fix up things and do some repair work. Nothing. They can't do anything. We're not going to be ready for when the store opens if this keeps happening. Okay, got it. I'll be right there. But he does not be right there. He goes back to sleep.
Bro.
Meanwhile, at the restaurant, it is believed a huge fight has broken out between Bishimbaev and Sultanat. And I don't even know if fight is the right word when it's completely one-sided.
Exactly.
But Bishimbaev starts physically assaulting Sultanat, taunting her for the fact that he bought all of the clothes that she was wearing. So remember how from 1 a.m. in the security footage, she is fully dressed in a pantsuit and a black puffer jacket.
Okay.
At 7 a.m., she is completely under her jacket. Well, Sultanat, at this point, after what happened in the concert, after everything in this relationship, she is over it. She is exhausted. She's done with this cheating man, his pettiness, his violence. She can't do it anymore. And he starts being like, I own you. I own everything you wear.
Gosh, this guy gotta go, son. How the fuck you gonna make me lose my job? Like make me quit my job and then say I own everything? Like, what? Motherfucker.
I bought that. I own your life.
I don't give a fuck.
You are me.
Fuck you.
You have nothing without me. And she just starts taking off her clothes. Because she's like, then take it. I don't want it anymore. I want to leave and I want to go stay with my brother.
Oh, she's real.
I know that some netizens might think that action is very strange, but I think you really don't know that feeling of whatever. Honestly, I just don't want to do this anymore until you've...
It's a fuck it feeling. I mean, fuck it. You want to talk about all these clothes? Here, take these damn clothes. The fuck? Shit. She was real, man. Rest in peace, bro.
Been in any sort of remotely similar situation.
She's in a position of she just wants to leave.
She just wants to
leave. So
whatever he's saying, like, take my clothes so that I can leave.
Yeah, you say you bought it? Okay, have it. I just want to go.
Here.
Around 7:17 a.m., so about 20 minutes after the manager calls Cousin B, Bishimbaev is seen on CCTV cameras kicking his wife on the ground of the restaurant. It is mentioned by experts that it seems very deliberate that he was kicking her near her unprotected private parts. Bishimbaev continues the torturous assault by dragging her by the hair into bathroom stall number 1. It is believed that Sultanat was able to, at least briefly, get into the bathroom stall without Bishimbaev and lock herself in there. But he does beat down the door. He breaks down the entire door.
Somebody stop him. This monkey with this grenade. Put him down.
He remains in the restroom for about 50 minutes with Sultanat. He is seen coming out of the restroom. He's caught by CCTV cameras.
So this whole time, there's people around.
Restaurant workers, manager.
He's beating her all night. She's probably crying, screaming into the bathroom door, locking the door, trying to hide, try to shield, try to get out, try to run away. And nobody called the cops. Besides, they just called the cousin twice.
Yes.
That's fucking crazy.
I think that they felt perhaps even if they called the police, it wouldn't have done anything. I'm not sure why they didn't call the police, honestly.
I didn't call the police because that nigga still called them. What the hell?
I do think they would lose their jobs. They'd probably never get a new job again after that. And then the police wouldn't do anything and it would just be a mess.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
It's maybe their perspective, but still, it's crazy to know that there are people there. This is not some like warehouse, desolate restaurant with nobody. He is seen walking out of the restroom, caught on CCTV cameras, and this time he is shirtless. What? He grabs a bottle of alcohol from the bar.
Wait, he came out of the restroom shirtless? Get bare chest?
Bare chest.
The fuck?
He then goes back into the restroom with a bottle of alcohol, where Sultanat is still in the restroom, and he stays there for an additional 70 minutes, where he continues to not only beat her, record her, make these humiliating videos of her, degrade.
Dog, what the... Bro, somebody do something. Like, fool, this was 8 hours. 8 fucking hours. And nobody did anything? because you were scared you would lose your job? Bro, if you don't go hide somewhere and call the police, they can't, and don't tell nobody that you fucking that you did it. And they probably gonna like, bro, somebody do something.
Her, but also grab her by the throat to strangle her.
gosh.
At one point, she does lose consciousness, but comes back to,
Ooh.
and he continues to beat her further. It is around this time, 9:30 a.m., that Bishop
This nigga did this in public. Somebody needs to put him down.
Bive calls his cousin B, the same one that already got the security guard call, the manager call, and now he's allegedly very vague on the phone. Bishop Bive just tells his cousin, come to the restaurant and bring some blankets. Cousin B shows up 3 calls and 30 minutes later at around 10 a.m. with 2 duvets. He walks into VIP room number 1, where he sees Sultanat laying on the couch. I mean, the whole place is a mess. There's broken dishes scattered around the room. There's drywall that's just like dusting onto the furniture, and the toilet door in the restroom is broken. Bishimbayev does not even address the state of the room or his wife. He just orders cousin B, put the blanket on her. Bishimbayev tells his cousin that Sultanat, his wife, is sleeping. That's why he asks for him to bring the duvets, the blankets. He just needs to cover her up, which makes sense if you have no common sense. Cousin B walks up and places the blanket on Sultanat. This is 3 hours after the footage of her being completely beaten in the restaurant hallway. So likely she's...
I can't imagine the fear, bro. Like, what the fuck?
...bleeding and has dried blood everywhere. But Cousin B acts like suddenly he can't see a single thing.
What?
He later tries to argue, well, she was... I felt like it would be too rude to stare too closely, so I just walked over and I squinted my eyes while I put the duvet cover on her. But he does hear her snore. He describes it as being pretty loud, strong breathing noises. He thought, okay, snoring, drunk, maybe it makes sense. Which, this part is from Cousin B's perspective.
Wait.
This is what he claims happened, but he is nowhere near as innocent as he tries to make himself appear.
Wait, was that actually snoring? Or was that like... there's like a certain type of sound I heard. Not a sound I heard, but I heard that like there's like a sound when someone is like dying and it sounds like snoring. Is that what that is?
Cousin B is like...
No, I'm asking like is that real?
Bishimbaev's handyman. If there is a door, table, piece of furniture broken from Bishimbaev's violence, Cousin B would be called to fix it, and it's very clear he knows what the damage is from. So this whole, I didn't know Sultanat was in pain.
Fuck that nigga.
It's not very believable. At one point, while he's adjusting Sultanat's position on the sofa, because Bishimbaev instructed him to, Cousin B notices 2 things.
What?
1, Sultanat's eye is super swollen and red, but he does not look further around because he said it would be rude. 2, he feels Sultanat grab his hand and squeeze it very tightly. He said it's like she was trying to tell him something, that she needs help, some kind of signal. And it was so strange. At least Cousin B thought it was so strange.
Yeah, and
so what does he do? He gets up and he walks out of VIP room number 1.
The fuck?
2.5 hours later, a little past noon, November 9th. So this is probably at least 12 hours since the couple have been in the restaurant. Bishimbaev texts Cousin B on WhatsApp, instructing him to delete all the footage from the security systems, all the CCTV footage. He wants it gone. He wants it deleted. 15 minutes later, Bishimbaev even goes all the way down to the security room to check on Cousin B deleting everything. They do manage to delete a lot of the footage, but not all of it. And again, Cousin B has an excuse for this. He says, well, Sultanat was dead, and I thought the 2 of them were just having wild, intimate adult sessions in the restaurant all night and just walking around. So of course Bishimbaev would want those deleted, and of course, as his cousin, I was going to help him.
So that's why he wanted the whole thing to be live streamed?
Yes, because he thought that they deleted everything and he could convince everybody he had nothing to do with it, and Sultanat was a mentally unstable, cheating wife who
Nigga, get
took
the
her
fuck
own
out of here. Get the
and it
fuck out of
backfired
here.
because the footage was still there. Wow.
Not only the footage from the CCTV footage, but his phone footage. Like, there's so much evidence. And I think that's scary that he has that much confidence.
Exactly.
Then Bishimbaev asks Cousin B to find Sultanat's phone and drive it around town. He tells Cousin B that Aitbek, Sultanat's brother, has been tracking her phone, and if he sees that she's been at this restaurant for too long, he's going to get suspicious, show up, and make a whole scene about it.
Wait, but what if, like, because, like, sometimes the phone, well, I feel like it's a stupid plan, but a stupid person would probably think that that's a good plan. to like grab it and just drive it around. But sometimes the Find My Friends thing like freezes. And also, isn't there a way to find, it probably is a way to like find out certain locations, right?
This is around 2 p.m. So they've been at this restaurant for like 12 hours. They find Sultanat's phone and Bishambayev instructs him, go to the gym across the street. That's the one Sultanat goes to. Then go back to the apartment and just like drive around town with the phone.
This is like the type of action you do after someone has been murdered.
Killed, yeah.
This is like 12 o'clock is when he instructed delete security footage. So at this point, she's still in the room?
Still in the room.
What
The worst part is we
bro?
know that she was actively being killed and beaten for 8 hours, but it does appear that she stayed alive for a while after that as well.
Fuck.
Basically just slowly dying.
Oh my
Cousin B
gosh.
leaves and Bishambayev sits there and starts making a series of phone calls. One of them to his most trusted advisor, his psychic. He's complaining and freaking out a bit that his wife is not waking up. The psychic would later say that he sounds freaked out, but clearly he's not that freaked out. Because at 3:30 p.m., Bishambayev is seen on CCTV footage eating a whole full-blown meal in the restaurant with an influencer, while his wife lay dying in a VIP booth nearby.
Who's this influencer?
She's an ethical vegan, according to her blog. She's like a food blogger.
Okay.
Is it just a woman that he's seeing right now?
That's a whole thing, okay?
my
This
gosh,
whole lunch date, this whole meeting, if you will, is going to get really crazy. I'm going to tell you about it in a second. So while he's doing that, Cousin B calls a doctor. And
She
Cousin
did
B
not
asks,
deserve this.
hey, doc, can a person sleep for a very long time while they're drunk? There's a woman that drank and is sleeping, but she's not waking up. Doctor's like, well, how much did she drink? We've been drinking till this morning. Well, I'm not a drug specialist, but alcohol intoxication is very dangerous. I think that you guys should immediately call an ambulance. Cousin B mentions, but she's snoring, which it feels like he called already knowing what kind of answers he wanted. And the doctor is like, again, I don't think it matters if they're snoring or not. Alcohol intoxication is very dangerous. Call an ambulance. They hang up. He does not call an ambulance.
Of course he doesn't call
Soon
the
after,
fucking
the influencer leaves
Gosh.
from their little lunch date, which whole conspiracy, okay? The influencer, the food blogger, whatever you want to call her, would later state that all they did was talk about her potentially promoting BAU, the restaurant that they're eating in, because she's a food blogger. And
Okay.
Bishambayev's mom basically owns the restaurant. She said that her and Bishambayev barely knew each other. They met each other at the golf course, and he wanted her to advertise his restaurant for him. But the thing is, she's got like 10,000 followers, which is a lot, don't get me wrong. But you're talking about Bishambayev here. He is not lacking in influence in the local area. Additionally, two things are very strange about this meeting. One, after the lunch meeting, the blogger messages Bishambayev, by the way, you smell like roses. Which I don't know if you just send that to someone that you just met and you're
Hey, man.
only meeting them for business-related conversations.
I don't
She will
know.
later state that she sent it accidentally and it was meant for somebody else.
Okay.
Some netizens believe that they already had somewhat of a relationship going on and perhaps she was his mistress already or was on her way to be. Then there's this whole conspiracy about the lunch date. Some state that from not too close up, the influencer slightly resembles Sultanat. If you don't have a very
Don't
good
tell
camera,
me.
which
No,
CCTV cameras are
bro.
not known for their 4K quality, there were rumors that Bishambayev requested the blogger to put on some of Sultanat's coat, like her blazer, and walk out of the restaurant to
Dog.
make it appear as if Sultanat walked out on her own alive.
Oh my
Coupled with the
gosh.
fact that her phone is driving around town, it seems like maybe he was hastily putting together, allegedly, according to the conspiracy, hastily putting together a plan to get away with murder.
But like so what's going to happen if Sultanat's brother calls and she literally isn't here anymore? He's going to be like, "Oh, she ran off?" Or are you just going to do the same? Oh, I don't know. Like, what?
Both conspiracies
Oh
that
my
she was his
gosh.
mistress and that she was set up as Sultanat's body double to leave the restaurant alive are not proven.
Okay.
Regardless, he's having lunch with a woman in VIP room 4 while Sultanat is dead, if not on the brink of dying, in VIP
Right.
room 1.
Right.
After the blogger leaves, Bishambayev and his cousin realize that Sultanat is not awake and she is not responding to either of them. That is when Cousin B brings in the bottle of smelling salts, the ammonia, instructed by Bishambayev, and tries to put it under Sultanat's nose to wake her up. And like I said, NFL players, it can knock out an NFL player. It's crazy. It's not working though. They're placing it right under her nose, no reaction. Bishambayev kind of cares. Like he cares,
Of
but he
what?
doesn't care. He eventually tells Cousin B, it's fine. It's all good because my psychic told me that Sultanat is going to wake up. She's just resting her brain. And then he looks down at his phone and he starts texting away. He starts texting another woman. So far, he's contacted his female psychic, had lunch with a female influencer, and then he starts texting an alleged sex worker. Her name is saved as Yulia Super on his phone. And allegedly, she's a worker that's very popular amongst wealthy businessmen, and he messages her around 7:07 p.m. Now, just to clarify, they got there the night of November 8th, and now it is November 9th, 7 p.m. They've been there nearly a full 24 hours. At 7:07 p.m., he messages Yulia, "What's up? Are you free?" Then he texts the psychic to ask if Sultanat is still conscious in her mind.
Bro, if they've been in this damn restaurant, do the restaurant workers, like, what are they doing with her body? Like, are they just told that to just leave her alone or something? Like, what the fuck, dude?
To which the psychic tells him, yes, she is. Ding! His phone rings again, and now the influencer has texted him. The one he just had lunch with texts him, "You smell like roses." Then 10 minutes later, ding! Yulia, the alleged sex worker, texts him, "Yes, I just got my lashes done, but I'm free. What time?"
What the fuck?
So while his wife lay dying, after he tortured her for almost 10 hours straight, he calls his psychic, eats breakfast with his cousin, eats lunch with his female influencer, then texts an alleged worker to make plans to meet up. And then by the end of the night, he finally calls an ambulance.
Bruh.
They would not arrive until 7:55 p.m. on November 9th. So Putin was supposed to come around 6 p.m. All of that got canceled, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, so that's why it cleared up. They can call ambulance and stuff.
Yeah, because Putin's no longer coming.
Oh,
wow.
Like to a different place.
Yeah, because I mean, his guards can't even get into the restaurant. They won't open the doors.
Right.
shit.
Okay, I see.
They arrive 8 minutes later, and the 3 paramedics said it was really bad. They walked into the VIP room, and there was a woman laying on the sofa of the VIP room, covered with a blanket. They said that they had never seen somebody that badly bruised in their entire lives. She is covered in bruises and blood. They tried to resuscitate. One of the paramedics noted while they're drenched in sweat, trying to save Sultanat's life, her husband Bishimbaev and his cousin are in the corner just talking about something. The paramedic even goes as far to ask them to leave the room so that they can have no distractions. But it was too late. Sultanat had no pulse. And in just another angering detail, Sultanat's eyes were wide open and her pupils were dilated.
Holy shit.
She was pronounced dead at the scene.
So when they came, she has already passed.
And her eyes are open.
Bishimbaev and the cousin did not give a crap.
No, they're like, she's sleeping, she's resting her brain.
With her eyes
Initially,
open.
Bishimbaev states that his wife fell on the toilet, hit her head, and died. He literally goes on a whole press tour with this fantastical story. She hit her head on the toilet and then went to sleep in the most bizarre self-exit that the world has ever heard of. But none of that makes sense. Sultanat has injuries all over her face and head, practically covering every single inch. She has fresh wounds from that night, but also wounds from 2 weeks ago, 1 month ago, all in various stages of healing. So it's very clear that she was being abused for a prolonged period of time.
Right.
She also sustained a shattered nose the night of her death. A shattered nose is pretty much as bad as a broken nose can get. Her nose is not broken. The bone is not broken. It's not cricket either. It's completely shattered. Her nose bone has been shattered into dozens of pieces.
Gosh,
Her entire face, left ear, behind her ears, chin, eyes, they all had abrasions and bruises. Her chin had an open wound. She had hemorrhages in the soft tissues all over her face. And in a really grim discovery, Sultanat was found to have been suffering from a subdural hematoma, meaning that there was a buildup of blood in her brain.
Oh my
Subdural
gosh.
hematomas can be life-threatening, and you need immediate medical care if you have one.
And they just
Sultanat's brain bleed happened a month prior to her death. There was just a pool of blood. Her brain was bleeding.
what the fuck?
A month prior would have
bro?
been around October 9th, October 10th. October 10th was also the day that Sultanat left a letter for Bishimbaev, and she hoped it would be her last letter. It reads, "I'm leaving for good this time. These days I realize that there are no more feelings. I don't want to save anything anymore, and I can't. You didn't even apologize or do anything about your betrayal." Allegedly, she had come home one night and saw that the bed had eyelashes, lipstick, and makeup on it, their marital bed. And
Bro,
in the
you
toilet
can't-
bowl, she saw 2 used condoms. The note
Bro, this nigga is, he is disgusting isn't even a word. Like, he ain't give a fuck, yo, I mean, obviously, but just leaving the mess and just having the condoms in the toilet, like, it's just, why would you even pursue this woman that literally didn't fucking want you and then do this to her? Like, this just, all because your damn psychic said it. Like, please get the fuck out of here, please.
Continues. You blame me for everything and insist that I see some sort of psychotherapist. You're so blind, I can't stand it anymore. Forgive me, forget me, and just let me go. She writes about how Bishambaev's mom and his psychic keep whispering in his ear about Sultanat and how he chooses to believe them over her. And she said, after analyzing our marriage, I realized that everything is going in circles. Prove to me that it wasn't, that you can love me, that you can be faithful, honest, and caring. I will prove to you that I will be a good wife and make you the happiest you can ever be. I don't want to believe articles in these books because they read books that stated that he's a narcissist. And he like openly admitted it. And she said, I don't want to believe those. I want to believe you.
This is heartbreaking, bro. She's still trying to fix this person that should not even have he doesn't even deserve to be fixed. Fuck this guy. Like, what? Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, oh my gosh.
And because I was jealous, because of the blackmail you had, because I was not protected in any way, I kept apologizing. But you decided to get rid of me. But then that didn't work and we got back together. But now I will get rid of you. I will take a walk. I will walk around, look for a replacement for you. And if I don't find you, I'll come back, okay? Which, that last part has been picked apart by some netizens. It sounds like her repeating something he says often to her.
Oh, okay.
Like it seems like he always says, oh, I can just walk around and find a replacement for you. Because it's just the way it's said is very much like, okay, like why don't I do it now? To which Bishambaev just responds to the emotionally raw letter with, she screwed herself up by reading some articles and books. Saying like she read articles and books and got in her head.
When did he say this?
In court later.
What? So he obviously don't
But
give
that
a
was
fuck.
around the same time that her brain bleed took place.
Oof.
Bishambaev was arrested at the restaurant November 9th, 2023. Even his arrest was a controversy. There is body cam footage that was played in court after the arrest, where the officers walk Bishambaev into the police station, uncuff him almost immediately, let him out back outside, and they're all, police officers, smoking cigarettes underneath the moonlight like they're old pals.
This is crazy.
Then one of the officers tries to sympathize with Bishambaev. He knows that his wife is brutally killed in the restaurant. He knows that the whole VIP room has been torn up, and he just says, she probably provoked him. She was probably nagging.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. This is really like, this is really like fucking me up.
Aitbek, Sultanat's brother, had just gotten his food delivery. He was sitting down at his dining table and he was taking a few days off work because he had come down with some sort of bug or flu. He can't even make his own dinner. And he sits down and his fork is mid-air when his phone starts buzzing. A mutual friend. And she's screaming, she's nervous, she's like, what's wrong? Is it happening? Is it true? Is it true? Do you know or not? Where are you? Did this happen? And he's so confused. He's like, you need to calm down and tell me what's going on. She's like, check WhatsApp. He checks WhatsApp, and someone from the police force had leaked information that a couple had gotten into a fight at the BAU restaurant, and one of them has sustained fatal wounds. Aitbek starts calling his sister, no response, so he calls the emergency dispatch. He's calling them and he's telling them about the WhatsApp post, and they already know who he's talking about. They cut him off in the middle of his explanation and they tell him, go to the BAU restaurant, you'll find out more, but we're so sorry for your loss.
Oh my God.
He goes into complete denial and shock. He tries to reason with himself the whole drive to the restaurant. I mean, first of all, the dispatch center, they don't know the real-time news and updates. They're probably wrong. On his way to the restaurant, their dad calls him, and he just tells his son, Aitbek, in the most serious voice that Aitbek has ever heard, you go get Sultanat, you take her away, and look after her in the hospital. So they think that maybe she's just injured.
Fuck.
Aitbek hangs up and the cab pulls up in front of the restaurant. He basically jumps out while the cab is still pulling up and he's running inside the restaurant trying to get up the stairs. The police are screaming after him like, hey, what are you doing? Who are you? What are you doing? I'm her brother. I'm her brother. They told me to come here. They called me. They said my little sister is here. What's going on? The officers suddenly get very quiet, like they don't know how to respond. And instead of explaining to Aitbek in a way that makes sense, they just blurt out, we're so sorry for your loss.
Bro, my God.
And that is how Aitbek finds out that his little sister was killed. But even then, He still doesn't understand. He's screaming, "What do you mean? What do you mean? What's happening? Where is she?" The cops just keep repeating, "I'm so sorry for your loss."
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. If he literally like crashed out, put hands, feet, other hands and feet on that man and probably did the same thing, I'd understand. I know some people are like afraid of all this other stuff, but sometimes a crash out is necessary. Cause you niggas just killed my little sister, bro. Nigga, you got.
Aibek said that he lost himself for a few minutes there. He sat down and he knew that he needed to make that call. He's got to call his parents and somehow tell them what happened. He calls his dad, and it's kind of like his dad already knew. At one point, Aibek just hears his mom in the background screaming.
And I just lost myself for a couple of minutes, sat down, and I knew that right now I have to make a call to my parents and somehow tell it to them. I called my dad. As far as I understand, he answered me like on the louder. So when he was asking, so what happened, he was already crying. I said that it's all true, that Sornat was killed by the defendant. And at that point, I heard like my mom started to scream.
The fuck?
That was the night. And then
I'm so sorry.
The police officers took me to a precinct, so I put it my paperwork, did all the paperwork that is in it. And that's the story. How I found out.
When Aibek comes,
Bro, the fact that this happened, and this motherfucker is literally having a smoke and talking with the police in the back of the precinct or whatever. I can definitely see why this story like shook the country. I'm like, yo, like this is so fucked up.
Comes back home that night, he just remembers, I have to go to sleep because tomorrow is so busy. I have to go to the morgue and see my sister. I have to call some attorneys and make sure my parents are okay. And it's just going to be a very busy day. Mm-hmm. But he's laying in bed and he's not falling asleep. He said it feels like the mattress is almost eating him alive. He just keeps sinking deeper and deeper into the mattress. Like it's a feeling of falling. And he said, and I quote, "The world was just leaving me, and I'm just falling apart." Sultanat's brother and her closest girlfriends are standing in Sultanat's old closet in Bishambai's apartment. This is right after her death, so I imagine their grief is at the highest peak. They're here to gather all of Sultanat's belongings, and they're all being thrown onto the ground right in front of them by Bishambai's sister. You want her shit? Take it.
Bro.
She's throwing each piece of clothing onto the floor. Look at all the things that my brother paid for, bought for your sister, went out of his way to...
Okay, that's actually, I'm going to be honest with you, that shook me as well. I was not expecting that. What is up with this family? Like literally, what the hell is up with this family?
Purchase for your sister.
Nigga.
She's taking each piece of clothing off the hanger and throwing it on the ground in front of Sultanat's loved ones. The whole day had just been a series of insults. The first was when Bishambai's family and his two defense attorneys refused to let Sultanat's family and her friends to get in to get her things. Bishambai's sister was absolutely vile the entire time. She's screaming at Aibek through the door. If you come inside, I'm going to plant drugs in here and act like it's Sultanat's. Basically insinuating that she is going to further slander Sultanat's name.
What the fuck is wrong
Eventually,
with these
Sultanat's
people?
family called the police. They forced Bishambai's family to let them in to get Sultanat's things. At one point, Bishambai's mom just keeps complaining over and over. I mean, she's saying that this has been so stressful for her recently and her blood pressure is through the roof. And
well, go downstairs then. Like, what? Like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Your fucking son just killed his wife, beat her to death for 8, damn near almost 10 hours. And you're talking about your blood. What about Sultan? Like, I genuinely don't understand. What the fuck?
She keeps saying, my blood pressure, my blood pressure. Aibek was so sick of this, he just turns and he snaps. My parents are in the hospital for a heart condition right now because of what we're going through. Bishambai's mom shuts up for a little bit, but Bishambai's sister starts screaming at Aibek. So what? So what? Eventually, the group make their way to the kitchen, and now this apartment has been sealed off for weeks. No one was allowed in. Bishambai's mom she marches over to the stove, grabs a pot that still has food in it because that's how it was left when Sultanat died and before it was sealed off. It's been there for weeks.
Ooh.
It's like boiled meat stew. And because nobody was in the apartment, it is completely spoiled.
Ugh.
She grabs the pot of rotted meat, shoves it in Aibek's face, stares at him, and spits. Look at what kind of housekeeper your sister was.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. These things just make me like stuff like this just makes me think about certain things that I would want to do. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Something like that would make me want to set this place on fire. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like this is beyond. And I guess be honest with you, I could probably say that's probably why Bishambab is like that. Cause there's genuinely no, like, why do they hate her so much? There's genuinely no reason for them to hate her like this. Like, that's the thing. Like, literally, bro. Like, what do you mean she literally, like, what type of housekeeper? Your son beat her to death. And you spit on the, like these are one of the times where, like, uncontrollable crash out stuff, I wouldn't bat an eye if that happened, because this is literally beyond the point. Well, it's gotten past the point, but like finding out like Bishambab's family is like this, like, bro, what?
This is so vile. This whole family is so vile.
Something wrong with
the
these people.
scariest part of the encounter, though, is that while they were leaving, Bishambai's sister kept screaming, "You will never prove that he killed her. You'll never prove it. You'll never, ever. She did this to herself."
Okay, yeah. Now I'm gonna take the challenge, bitch. Now you keep No, bro, no. Like, oh my gosh, what the
She beat herself up and threw her body up against the wall. She did that. You can never prove it. It's very obvious the Bishambives do not have a soul, and they are going to fight dirty to try and get away with murder. But
yeah, okay. Now it's time. All right. See, now this shit got me. They better put that motherfucker under the. I hope they give him the book. I hope they throw the whole library at that nigga. Oh my gosh.
Aibek is going to fight. Aibek knew, of course, that there are some things that you can never unsee. The state of his sister's body, learning about exactly what happened, what she went through during her not even a year-long marriage. You start digging and going down the path. You're going to find videos, witness statements. And once you know these things, you can never unknow it. It's going to be with you forever.
Right.
But Aibek is going to fight for his sister.
It's time to fight.
His sister was the one that told him.
It's time to get active.
He was going to help with change. You know, and he didn't believe her then, but maybe he does now. Bishambai family have access to not even just some of the most, but the most powerful people in the nation, in Kazakhstan. Forget money. I mean, the power of those connections is almost infinite. And of course, they're deploying their financial resources as well. They're buying out journalists. They're trying to buy the media into running the story that they want, running the narrative, paying people to start writing salacious stories about Sultanat that never happened.
It's justice for Sultanat now. They could do whatever they can, even though it's still fucked up. But now it's time to fight. Now it's time to fight, bro. Nope. That nigga's activated now. Yeah, I've been activated all video, but nah. We fighting. We getting that justice. You won't give me that justice.
They're executing a full-blown smear campaign against the victim that Bishambai killed. Aibek, Sultanat's brother, said, "We are facing a really tough enemy. One who is capable, who is smart, and who is financially powerful."
The devil, bro.
One of the first times that Aibek laughed after his sister passed was when he was reading the news. And it's not a good laugh. In Korean, we have a word called oyopso. It just means so ridiculous that it warrants... You can do nothing but... like, let out a laugh.
Yeah.
It was one of those laughs. Nothing's funny about this, but Aibek is just laughing. because his life feels over already. He lost one of the few people that he cares about. What next? Because plastered all over the news at that point is the allegation that Aitbek tried to essay Bishambaev's 10-year-old daughter. The word pedophilia is thrown around in every article, but Aitbek feels numb, truly. Like, all he can do
really
is
insane.
laugh. Yeah, okay. Sultanat threw herself up against the
shit
wall.
is
She hit
crazy.
her head on the toilet seat. They're going to plant drugs to slander her name. Aitbek did what to a 10-year-old? I
This
mean,
is
there is
fucking
nothing
insane.
too dirty, too low for these people. Within, I want to say, not even a few hours, a new social media post about the allegations against Aitbek start going viral. It was made by Nazim. Nazim is Bishambaev's second wife. Nazim is mother to that 10-year-old.
Wow.
She comes forward on Instagram to discuss the allegations made against Sultanat's brother Aitbek. She stated, "It is clear someone wants to discredit the brother of Sultanat, the murder victim. It is so easy to slander and slander for them. No conscience, no soul, no heart. These false allegations make Sultanat's death 100 times more painful. And now, in order to protect even my minor children's honor and dignity, I am forced to defend myself and my daughter publicly. My children have not only lost their stepmother, Sultanat, whom they love dearly, but also their father, Bishambaev. Some kind of demonic show is going on, and they have already tried to throw me and my daughter into the furnace." Bishambaev's second wife and the mother of the 10-year-old girl exposed the allegations as being entirely false. And in case, let me just be clear, the allegations made against Aitbek are entirely false, have been debunked, even by the 10-year-old's mother.
Shout out to the mom, bro. Shout out to somebody helping. These people is real. They really trying to. Yo, there's a place in hell for y'all, man.
And I know that some Bishambaev supporters might try to spin this narrative. I don't think he has any supporters.
Bro, I don't know. Like, sometimes things that I just can't fathom. It's just like, okay, so how are you trying to spin this, bro? Like, literally. Like it's just like the oyopso. The oyopso. Like, for real, because what?
The journalist that he pays might try to spin the narrative that, of course, the second wife doesn't like Bishambaev. She divorced him. Of course, she's going to go against him.
Yeah, why would she divorce him? Oh, probably because he's because he's what, the monkey with the grenade? Like, yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Like, what? Huh? Like, what?
Well, when they were married, Bishambaev was on trial for bribery and corruption. Remember that trial?
Okay.
She was his attorney.
Okay.
The wife was the attorney?
Okay, cool. I don't give a fuck. So the fuck what? Like, what? So the fuck what?
She's a public defender. She was his attorney, and she went to war for this man in court.
Okay, cool. That was then. This is now. The fuck?
Someone who is familiar with both cases said the second wife, Nazim, she fought like a tigress in his previous legal battles for Bishambaev. Do you think that she would remain silent if someone tried to essay her daughter? But that didn't stop people from Bishambaev's side for pushing this narrative out. Aitbek said the worst part about the allegations for him, though, honestly, was the fact that Bishambaev was willing to use his own daughter, a minor,
Like,
in
that's
these dirty
insane.
games that he's playing. Using
Like, that's insane, bro.
his own daughter like an instrument in the media. It's very
fuck?
unfair to this 10-year-old child who's already going through a lot. Side note, remember that fight between Sultanat's brother and Bishambaev at the apartment when the brother got the pictures? This is so telling. But Aitbek said during that fight, he did not see Bishambaev as aggressive and as powerful as he was in the CCTV footage of the restaurant.
Yes, because the nigga's putting his hands on his fucking wife when a grown man wants to. Man, oh my gosh.
Meaning, when he's fighting someone his own size,
Nigga,
when
he's
he's
scared.
on equal footing physically, he's not that brave.
Exactly. Like, what?
Nazim, Bishambaev's second wife, released a text message from her daughter that she shares with Bishambaev.
The 10-year-old?
Yeah, and the 10-year-old had texted Sultanat April 2024, 5 months after Sultanat's death. And she is still texting Sultanat,
Oh
her
my
stepmom.
gosh.
And the message reads, "I miss you very much. Dad is a terrible person. It is a terrible and shameful thing to do to beat women. And I love you."
Oh my gosh, bro.
Bishambaev's ex-wife released the message to the public. She also released Sultanat's very first message to her, which I'm sure it's very tricky to be the new young wife, to reach out to your husband's ex-wife. But Sultanat texted Nazim, "Hello Nazim, this is Sultanat. I am grateful to you for the fact that your children treat me so well. I am sincerely impressed by them. They are very kind and well-mannered. I know that that is your achievement, and I treat you with only the utmost respect. If you don't mind, I would love to get to know each other sometime." Nazim, the ex-wife, would make a public statement after Sultanat's death. She said, "Almost 6 months later, after Sultanat has died, my daughter still texts her. Sometimes she will text Sultanat pictures of her food that she's eating, her favorite dessert, and other times she will try to call Sultanat, but there is no answer."
Oh my gosh.
Do the kids know?
They know.
Damn.
Yeah.
Fuck, bro.
Nazim, the ex-wife, was the same one, like I said, that defended Bishambaev during his corruption trial. But now she's defending Bishambaev's third wife, her children's stepmother. She told the press about her relationship with Bishambaev. It was horrible. He would steal her phone from her, throw it in the toilet so that she can't contact anyone for help. He would grab the toilet seat. You know how it's kind of bolted on there? He would yank it off, tear it off the toilet, and throw the whole porcelain seat at Nazim. She would have to run away and lock herself in the kitchen. He would pound on the door till it felt like it was going to break down.
Dog, I have never even heard something like that. Like, there's no, like, what the fuck? Like, he's getting creative with this torture? What do you mean he threw the fucking porcelain at the...
She didn't even know what he was capable at this point. He had these explosive tendencies. If Nazim did not sew his buttons on his shirt perfectly, he would get violent. If his socks were not washed to be the absolute crisp white socks that he preferred, he would get violent. Nazim never knew when he was going to get violent, what mood he was going to be in. And he was just so toxic. She also mentioned that he kept her sleep deprived.
Oh, so
and
this
even
is
while
MO.
she was his defense attorney during his corruption trial, he was having a full-blown affair. Every day, Nazim said she lived in fight, flight, or freeze mode, and she felt that Sultanat likely had a very similar experience. Except, for some reason, Bishambaev let Nazim go. Maybe it was for the children. Maybe he was already having too many affairs that he can't even count. Or perhaps for no reason at all. When Nazim requested a divorce, it was somewhat amicable, and the two would remain co-parenting. Nazim was able to get out with her life, but Sultanat would not.
Rest in peace, man.
Bishambaev is very interesting in the sense that he just never gives up. I mean, every single allegation is debunked, refuted, but he is still pumping out allegation after allegation against Sultanat's family, alleging that they're getting paid for interviews. They are not. We interviewed Aytbek, Sultanat's brother. There was no monetary exchange in any sort of way. He spoke with us after a long day in court, running off of 2 hours of sleep.
That's very crazy how he's going to say they're paying for interviews, and he's literally paying journalists to do a smear camp. Like,
he still spoke with us because we wanted to know more about his sister. I asked Aytbek, which accusation has Bishambaev made that hurt your family the most? Honestly, yeah, I was expecting the pedophilia one. But he responded, all the allegations against us, we are here to face it and answer. We can break the allegations with facts and documents, say this is a lie, show that this is a lie. We can show the truth, we can fight for ourselves. But Sultanat is not here to fight for herself. She's gone. And now they're trying to make my sister's name as dirty as possible. She was an alcoholic, addicted, drug addicted, stuff like this. She was a slut. She was an escort. Bishambaev would say these words. She was fucking this guy. She was fucking that guy. We're all in the courtroom, and he's saying these things.
It was hard to hear, but when he started putting that kind of lies, like, at some point we start laughing, and it became simultaneously. Like, my parents behind me, and I was sitting like at the desk, and when he said some lie, we've been so much laughing. It was not everyone understood why we laughed, but only because his accusation is so absurd, and we are seeing that he's putting his words in Sultanat's mouth. So he's saying that she said that she did that, while in real, it was on the contrary, his mistakes, his dealings, his words. And that's crazy, but it also hurts.
Bishambhai has made it his life
This is
mission to
crazy.
smear her name through the mud. He alleges that Sultanat had mental health issues that she inherited from her father. He stated it was a, quote, nervous disease passed on by her father.
And you still beat her to death. So like you say, even like what? So you're just saying.
On top of that, he stated that Sultanat was drinking, using drugs to help with her mental health problems, but that only made it worse because she was self-medicating. That's why she was so unhinged. He was just trying to save her.
You beat her on camera. I know he's under the impression of like the CCTV footage being deleted, but this is crazy. This guy was a politician, bro.
Sultanat's family went to a doctor to show proof that there is no history of mental illness in their family. Bishambhai also claimed that she was on antipsychotics. That's why she died the night of her death, because that mixed with alcohol was not good. She was never prescribed any antipsychotics, and there were none in her system when she died. Not that it would matter either way. Then the allegation changed to, oh yeah, well, Sultanat was just a raging alcoholic who just binge drink nonstop. She just gets violent when she's drunk. She was dancing on the table and she fell off and hit her head. Yeah. And then she would hit the wall. She would hit the toilet. She was just a messy
She was
drunk.
just hitting everything.
The autopsy clearly states the extent of her injuries could not have been caused by a single fall. A number of her injuries could have been caused prior to the day and time of her death as well. Her toxicology screens were clear and her blood alcohol levels were so minimal they could not even suggest impairment.
Wow.
Not that it would matter. Obviously,
Does this guy have no shame? Like, this is crazy. Like, he has no type of shame. None. How, like, I don't, what? I can't.
the autopsy results do not lie, but Bishambhai does. So he changes his tactic. He's like, forget science. Let's go with gold digging. The narrative starts being spread that Sultanat is just a lazy gold digger who is never happy. She never had enough. She wanted more. But what does she have to be upset about? Bishambhai buys her jewelry, clothes. They have a personal driver, a housekeeper. She's living the life. She has nothing to worry about. She never worked.
He also abused the fuck out of her.
He claims all she did was just lay around all day doing nothing.
No, she was probably laying down because you were fucking abused. You were beating her, nigga.
She wouldn't even lift a finger for him. If he requested that she even spend time with him, she would get violent. He said, I never forbade Sultanat from work. She herself retired from work. Groceries would be delivered straight to the front door. We had a personal driver. On average, I gave her about $11,000 a month for spending allowance.
Okay.
To give you some context, the average yearly income of a Kazakhstan citizen is about 9,000 USD. So that's like if someone here were to say, oh, I gave her a monthly allowance of $68,000 a month.
Damn.
Clearly, this is not the type of, quote, information that is going to make the average Kazakhstan citizen relate to Sultanat. But the thing is, it's probably not even true. Bishambhai conveniently cannot prove that he supported Sultanat financially because it was, quote, all in cash. And Sultanat's friends and family reported that she was always asking to borrow money. It seemed that Bishambhai would only buy her gifts that he wanted her to be in to make him look good. He wants her to wear expensive clothing because it represents him.
Right.
She moves in with him, so he's not giving her any financial support. She's just under his control. Additionally, that might be why they never officially registered their marriage. He did not want her to have the legal rights that a wife would have over his assets and income.
Wow.
Bishambhai also tried to allege that Sultanat only dated married men. She was a homewrecker, and when he found out about it, he confronted her and asked her, why? Why must you live like that? She responded, she needs the money. He claims the truth is bitter. Bishambhai would not know the truth if it hit him in the face.
No, for real.
But sadly, some people ran with this narrative. Some netizens commented, yes, if she hadn't been so eager to marry someone so powerful and just married an average guy, she...
Can we roll the tape? You know what they do in the NBA when you got a challenge? You got roll the tape. Nope, don't do that. Don't say she was eager about nothing. That nigga was pursuing the fuck out of her. Where are the DMs? Somebody showed it because they are slandering the fuck out of this girl name, bro. Out of this woman's name. This is fucked up. How dare you?
Probably would be alive right now.
How dare
Then there were
you?
allegations that Sultanat was cheating on Bishambhai and apparently she was pregnant, clearly false, and also very easily disproven with the autopsy that she was not pregnant. I mean, the whole thing is a massive smear campaign against Sultanat. As of right now, he has this whole new story for November 9th. He states that, you know what, my version 1, let's forget about it.
Bro, how? Okay, nobody with no buttery voice can convince me of it. Like, no. Especially if you're changing your story every time. Like, bro, I was born in the evening, but not last evening.
Remember how he stated that the Sultanat had self-exited? The words were, quote, by falling and hitting her head on the toilet and then went to sleep? Yeah, version 1, he said that was a lie, okay? Like, that was before I saw the CCTV footage. That was before I found out that you guys still have the CCTV footage. Okay, so anyway, the evidence is there. Obviously, he's beating, punching, dragging, kicking his wife to death.
Right.
And also the autopsy states that the results of her death were not a self-exit. So now his new version is, I did beat my wife, but the beating was just kind of like a regular married couples fight.
No, the fuck it wasn't. No, the hell it was not. No, it wasn't. No. Well, nope. No.
Did not beat her with, quote, particular cruelty or intent to kill. He said that he was just fed up with her after 8 hours of mentally unstable wife berating him, nagging him, rubbing the fact that she was cheating into his face. He said all night long she was attacking him.
Говорит мне вслед, я ухожу в сторону, она начала материть меня в спину. Это меня спровоцировало. А вообще в целом вы тоже должны понять, что на протяжении там с 9:30 до там 3:30 я вот 6 или 7 часов просто слушал. 6,5 часов я вот подвергался такому.
Physically, mentally, emotionally, for 8 hours. So he beat her. But he wasn't trying to beat her to kill her. He states that she had prior injuries and prior health conditions that was the cause of death. And likely his beating did not help, but it was not the cause of her death. Medical examiners found nail marks on her neck that looked like she had been choked.
Oh my
And
gosh.
Bishambayev had a whole explanation for that. He said that he was just so desperate to find a pulse on his loving wife, so maybe
Just
he was
dug in
searching
it.
too hard that his nails had dug into her neck. He said, honestly, it's kind of Sultanat's fault anyway, though, because Sultanat was drunk, she lost her balance and fell several times, and it was quite messy, and as a result, she was hit, indicating in such a flippant way, if his wife is drunk, which she was not, and acting a bit messy, which she was not that it would matter, then of course she must be hit. He continues, she ran into the bathroom stall, closed it from the inside. I start knocking on the door. She's insulting me through the door. She
You kicked it down though, so what happened about that?
said, this is all your fault. You're the one who brought me to this state. I didn't understand. I was confused. And then, the excitement and aggression started. I knocked on the toilet door first, and then I started punching the door. The door is thick. So I start hitting it with a tripod from nearby. And I get in, and I hit her a few times, but again, with no particular cruelty.
What?
And as for why he called a psychic instead of calling for help for his dying wife, he said, yeah, that was a big mistake on my part. He also states about beating his wife to death. It was difficult for me to accept Sultanat's death. However, I do not accept the guilt of brutally killing my wife, Sultanat. You may hate me, curse me, but before God and before you, I am ready to answer. I loved Sultanat. When I struck her, when I hit her, I clearly understood the main thing was not to harm her, not cause any harm, not to hurt any important organs. I had a feeling of some kind of internal restraint, caution in this regard. I was holding myself back. I was on the alert. The only thing I want to say is there was no intent and no particular cruelty. And not all the injuries were caused by him. Bishambayev said she threw herself at objects with her fists and legs. I've never seen anything like it.
We just gonna finish this. I've cursed enough.
I think we can operate under the assumption that anything Bishambayev says Sultanat did, he did. He's basically putting his actions into Sultanat's words, which are all fake. Okay, all of his toxic, violent behavior, he is now saying on the stand that Sultanat was the one that did that. And we're not dumb. There's one story he shares in court about how Sultanat is incredibly forgetful and always forgets where her car keys are. So one day he tells Sultanat, hey babe, why don't we just find a place for your
Hey,
car
babe.
keys? One singular place that you always put them so that it'll be very easy and you'll never forget it. He claims she blew up on him, started cursing him out, screaming, don't tell me how to live my life. How dare you? Who are you to me? So we can assume Bishambayev always loses his car keys and becomes violently aggressive when someone gives him sound advice. Bishambayev stated that Sultanat had these insane mood swings. She would blow up his phone if he didn't respond. She would demand that he show her every single inch of the room that he was in on the video calls, show her every single face of every person he was around to make sure nobody was hiding behind the couch or something. If he told her he would be home at 8 p.m. and he was pulling it at 8:01 p.m., she would become violently enraged and aggressive. So we can assume from that, Bishambayev would FaceTime Sultanat and demand to show him who she was with at all times.
Right.
Side note, he would also have his house staff all spy on Sultanat while he was out of town or gone for work.
This is so weird.
Now, Bishimbaev says about the
This is so
CCTV
fucking
footage of him
weird.
beating his wife to death in the restaurant. On the video, it's visible that she comes out and shouts at me. I walked away and she starts cursing at me from behind. That provoked me. Overall, you should understand that from 9:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m., I just listened for 6.5 hours. I was subjected to severe psychological violence. I said, Salta, calm down. I was so angry that we had this fight. I started kicking chairs, tables, letting off steam in the VIP lounge. He also stated that at one point Sultanat fell down and he starts kicking her in the thigh and buttocks area. And mind you, like I said, she's nude, but he justifies himself with, I understood that I couldn't and shouldn't hurt any vital organs, and that's why I kicked there. The trial is incredibly difficult for Sultanat's family. They have to sit there and watch the prosecutors mark on a mannequin head where all of
Oh, my
Sultanat's
goodness.
injuries, fractures, and wounds are. I mean, it's everywhere. To
Ooh.
even just read out the full list of injuries on Sultanat's body, it took the prosecutors 40 full minutes in court. A female police officer just got so frustrated, she even asked Bishimbaev on the trial, why couldn't you just simply have left her alone?
For real.
Why couldn't
like,
you just
what?
have left her in the restaurant and gone home peacefully and none of this would have happened? There were so many ridiculous moments in this trial, and it's not even over. It's
can
ongoing.
imagine.
And probably the most infuriating part thus far is Sultanat's brother Aytbek was asked by the court whether or not his little sister, this is by the defense attorney, whether or not Sultanat, his little sister, liked to be dominated or was the dominant one in relationships. At some point, or really a lot of points in the trial, the
Fuck. What? What?
question seems to be less of, did Bishimbaev commit murder? And for some insane reason, the question is almost, well, did Sultanat deserve to be murdered? At another point, Aytbek, Sultanat's brother, becomes physically ill after seeing and hearing about his sister's cause of death. He runs out of the courtroom to avoid, I don't know, projectile vomiting in the courtroom, and the judge reprimands him by saying he needs to ask for permission. He can't just leave and go and come and go as he pleases. At one point, I can't believe this is real life, the defense tried to submit pictures of the VIP room from the night of the murder to show that the state of the room is not that bad. The furniture is not that broken.
What?
It does not
Not
look that
that-
crazy. It looks
It's not that bad. Not that broken. There is a dead woman who is naked. And she's dying. What are you talking about the room? What?
normal. Here, look at this picture.
Bro,
It
what
was
the
discovered
fuck?
very easily that the pictures were taken March 28th, 2024 and not November 9th, 2023. So they just took those pictures like just now.
These people is
And we're like,
sick,
here,
bro.
this is from the night of.
This lying.
When the prosecutors
What?
called the defense out on it, the pictures mysteriously went missing from the case files.
Of course.
The defense also filed a petition to let their private forensic pathologist present his findings to the court of what he believed was the true cause of Sultanat's death. But the date of his report, April 2nd, 2024. Sultanat was killed November 9th, 2023. Basically, the defense gave the specialist some papers, and he was like, you're right. He did not cause her death.
What the fuck?
The court denied the petition, to which Bishimbaev's mommy spoke out in court for the very first time, and she said, if you do not accept our examination here, then I believe the constitutional rights of my son that he must defend himself and provide his arguments for the defense will be infringed upon. Please understand me as a mother. I speak from the bottom of my heart.
Fuck you and your heart.
You have no heart, so moving on.
Okay, yeah, well, fuck you. Not Stephanie. If she ain't, what's her name, ain't got a heart, then ain't fuck your heart. It's just fuck you.
The defense also requests that the prosecutors stop using the word murder when talking about Sultanat's death. And he's so emotionless when he just like makes up these crazy lies.
Shit is crazy.
Except there were times he would be smirking and smiling during his testimony.
What?
Yeah.
This is
He
sick.
would smile and laugh, and later his attorney had to, quote, explain his behavior by stating, I want to explain why my client is smiling.
Nah, explain. Let him explain it since he's so persuasive.
When he remembers the happy memories with Sultanat, he smiles.
Oh, really?
And Bishimbaev and his attorneys are not ashamed to play dirty at all in this trial. April 8th, 2024, they presented a note to the court. They alleged that it was written by Sultanat. They're like, Sultanat wrote this, okay? So 6 months before she was killed, she wrote this note. And this is very fascinating, very believable, okay? The note was written by Sultanat, but it was not found in Sultanat's notebook. It was not found in Sultanat's house. It was found in Bishambhai's mom's house, in Bishambhai's mom's notebook.
Really?
And it conveniently reads, I, Sultanat Nukionova. Because who doesn't start every letter like that?
Yeah, but like,
I,
what?
Sultanat Nukionova, I promise to restore my faith in Bishambhai. I promise I will trust him. I will not be jealous. I promise to regularly visit a psychologist and work on myself, work on my trust. I will be sincere, obedient, and respect Bishambhai. I swear I
Obedient?
will trust his opinion and believe that he wishes me the best. The letter was so unbelievable, the prosecutor even remarked, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of this trial we have a statement from Sultanat herself to the court that the toilet is to blame for everything. Even the judge addressed the court and stated, it is the first time I have ever seen a wife give her husband such a promise and written commitment, aka I don't think this is real. The judge refused to enter the note into the case file as evidence. The
Yo,
psychic that he
what?
called the day of the murder was also called in to testify. And it's just so strange because the psychic told Bishambhai that Sultanat was okay. But she's in a different town and she never even saw Sultanat. Not saying it's her fault, but I thought you're a psychic, right?
Exactly.
That's kind of how the court is approaching this. They ask her, well, how did you know she was fine? She responds, well, when he asked about her, I kind of entered into her. I can't explain these situations and these sensations, but I entered into her state. And what I felt, I said. She was asked, do you have superpowers? Well, a little. I mean, not so much. Every person has this ability. That was pretty much it. Restaurant employees also testified. They said Bishambhai was just a terrible person to be around in general. Even before November 9th, he would walk into the restaurant. They were instructed never look him in the eye. Oh yeah. He would just lash out at you for no reason at all.
The fuck?
They reported hearing banging from the VIP room and screaming for help, to which the defense, Bishambhai's attorney, said the employee that reported hearing the banging, well, he works with guns, like staple guns for construction. So he could have misheard.
What?
The food blogger that met with Bishambhai the day of the murder was called to testify. She was asked, did you know Bishambhai was married? We didn't know each other that well. You were together for 1.5 hours having lunch. What were you talking about? Why do people who don't know each other that well meet up for lunch?
Yeah, why y'all talking so
We
much?
just talked about everything. Did you smell alcohol on Bishambhai? He was normal. I wasn't sniffing. Sultanat's
I
assistant.
thought you say you smell like Rose.
Yeah,
that was
like
an
what?
accident, she would later claim.
It slipped. She slipped up.
Her whole thing is very suspicious as well. Sultanat's assistant testified and confirmed Bishambhai was constantly violent. She said the first time she saw the marks were July 5th, 2023, 4 months before Sultanat was killed. Sultanat was covered entirely in bruises. She could also see red markings around her neck, and she demanded to know what it was, and Sultanat responded that he tried to strangle her with a rope.
My
One
gosh.
of Sultanat's friends presented a text message to the court during her testimony, and it's from Sultanat. It reads, I feel sorry for Bishambhai. He's really injured and sick, and I kind of tried to help him, but I think I'm ruining myself. And the terrifying part of this is that one of the only reasons Bishambhai is even on trial right now is because the Nukionova family has been successful in raising awareness and demanding a fair and open trial. December
okay.
2023, a year after Sultanat and Bishambhai were married, a month after her death, Sultanat's dad wrote an emotional letter to the president of the country. So this is the president right after the one that Bishambhai was the assistant for.
Oh, shit.
He was begging the president to not let his daughter's murderer, a high-ranking official with money and connections, escape justice.
Whew.
Meanwhile,
told you we
Sultanat's
fighting,
brother
boy.
Aitbek launched a social media campaign.
There we go.
And it's likely that the public attention really helped get this case to trial.
Okay.
The trial started March 27th, 2024. Bishambhai was charged with murder and torture. He is facing 20 years to life. Cousin B was charged with concealment of a crime and faces up to 6 years in prison. But again, is there really a fair shot at justice? There's a rumor going around at the detention center. That's where Bishambhai and his cousin are being held. That once the lights go out, Bishambhai and cousin B are allowed to roam around out of their cells. Meanwhile, Sultanat's family is completely shattered. Sultanat's dad was hospitalized pretty early on during the trial. His body could not take on the stress. Sultanat's mom had to sit there and listen to Bishambayev had the mic for hours, just slandering her daughter. At one point, she gets up from the second row and she starts screaming. And she doesn't even sound angry. She sounds so exhausted. Like, her voice is agonizing. To some extent, it almost sounds like she knows nothing she says is going to matter. Bishambayev is not listening. She screams, I haven't seen my daughter. I didn't get to bury her. I haven't seen my daughter. How can you say that you beat her without particular cruelty? How can you say such a thing? You were killing her for several hours. 8 hours you were killing her. Usually the courts are pretty strict on not allowing any sort of outburst in court, but it seems like everyone had a slower reaction that day, and they let Sultanat's mother finish most of what she had to say. The whole time, Bishambayev does not even look at her. He's just sitting there. At one point, he side glances at her and squints his eyes like, wow. It's almost like he's watching a stranger at a grocery store throw an unwarranted tantrum that he's too classy to even look at. And then he turns away and just stares at the ground.
Я свою дочь не видела, не похоронила, я лицо ее не видела. Какой без особой жестокости ты ее бил? Как ты можешь такое говорить? Ты убивал ее несколько
Так, пожалуйста, пройдите в другое помещение. Прошу вас.
As of filming this video, the trial has continued on, and it's pretty unclear when the jury will deliberate. Aitbek, Sultanat's brother, said the biggest thing that Bishambayev cares about right now is the public's opinion of him. Now, I would never suggest anybody leave any sort of hateful comment anywhere. I don't think that's appropriate. But I do think it would be very nice if we all went over to the live stream trial and commented our honest opinions of Bishambayev. Also because just to show that everybody's watching this, that everybody cares, and everyone is going to hold every single person in that room accountable if justice is not served.
We see you,
Bishambayev will be remembered as a Nepo baby, lying killer, while Sultanat's legacy is, well, there's so many things, but one of them is a monumental law that was passed, appropriately named Sultanat's Law. Signed by the president of Kazakhstan in April of 2024. It strengthens protections for women, increases punishments for assault, child abuse, and essay for minors, as well as bullying. This is a huge deal.
That's tough.
Considering in 2017, Kazakhstan had previously decriminalized beatings and minor physical damage assaults. And a lot of that mainly impacted domestic violence, meaning you could assault your partner and just get a small fine or a weekend in jail.
What the fuck? What? What?
Sultanat's Law reverses that and increases penalties and charges for offenders.
Come on, yes. I told you he's gonna fight. It's time to fight. Come on, we got to see the verdict.
Bishambayev is facing 20 years to life in prison, which honestly, I don't know if that matters because last time he was sentenced to 10 years and let out in 2. And the most infuriating part is that had Bishambayev been forced to serve his full sentence, he likely would have never met Sultanat.
Wow. Wow.
I asked Sultanat's brother if Sultanat was watching over him right now, what he thought she would say to him, and I don't know if the question was too much. I told him he could skip it, but immediately his eyes went up as if he was seeing Sultanat, and he said, I just hope that she would say I'm doing the right thing in terms of justice, in terms of I believe she would tell me that I'm doing good. Yeah, I hope so.
I don't know how to answer this. I hope that she would say that I'm doing the right thing in terms of the justice, in terms of I believe she would told me that I'm doing good. I hope so.
I feel like through this case, Aitbek has almost turned into an older brother figure, not just for Sultanat, but for a lot of women in Kazakhstan. And I think Sultanat would be very proud of him. And also smiling about his birth charts because she was right. I'm going to link his social media down in the description and in the comments so you guys can get the latest updates from him, but also to show support. There were a few scammers trying to use Sultanat's name to get donations, but as of right now, there are currently no fundraising campaigns or donation systems set up for Sultanat's case. But if that changes, you're going to find out through Aitbek. I also asked him what we can do to help. If there's anything, just one thing that we can do. And he said, when everything first happened, a lot of people messaged me asking me how they can help. And there's almost nothing that people can do to change the fact that it already happened. But a lot of women reached out to me saying that they need help. They are telling me that they understand Sultanat and they're living her life right now. So their lives are in jeopardy. They are in abusive relationships.
Fuck, bro.
Aytbek has already set up a foundation. I believe it's like a system where if someone is being abused by their partner, they can message a group of people that can pick them up and take them away safely.
Okay.
So they're working on building a structure to help women in these types of relationships.
That's
but
what's up.
he said if there is one thing that we can do here in America is be more kind to each other. Provide help to those in need. That will be the best way to respect Sultanat and the things she did in her life and the sacrifices she made. But I do think that there is one other thing we can do. I think we can keep an eye out on this case. And if Sultanat does not get justice, I think we can raise hell. But that is it for today's episode. What are your thoughts on this case? And please stay safe. Go follow Aytbek on Instagram. Let's stay updated on this and let's talk about this case. So with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one.
So he got 24 years and the cousin got 4. Honestly, I hope his ass stay in there and I hope they add some more to it. Do I think he's really gonna stay there? I'm kind of hopeful. You know what I'm saying? This doesn't seem like the type of thing where he can get out in 2. So there's that. I mean, honestly, what I would have liked or think what justice is, I probably can't really say it on camera. So I was going to ask, what do you guys think about this? I would like to hear your thoughts. Well, I would like to hear your thoughts because obviously my thoughts were very, very vast in this video. Rest in peace to Sultanat, bro. Real shit. Like, it's really crazy and very sinister that she didn't even want this man. Like, I'm just like, how in the hell are you gonna come into this very, very, like, she was an angel, bro. How are you gonna come into this angel's life, trying your hardest to get her, and when you do, you just do the absolute worst. And then continue to do worse, and you go beyond that worstness. That guy fucking sucks. Like, really. And the family suck too. I ain't gonna lie. This shit is crazy, bro. Like, I can't believe it. I honestly don't have that many more words because all the words of anger and frustration has been shared. But again, my heart goes out to Sultanat's family. I really like that they made a law for this. I don't really understand why they decriminalized it before, but I do like that there is a law and like change is seemingly made. I found out about Kazakhstan today, and I'm sorry that it has to be in this manner. I do want to look into the country more because it was some interesting things I've read and stuff. However, I do want to know what you guys think, and please just let me know. And also, please stay safe, of course. It's really heartbreaking to hear that there are evil people in the world, but the fact that these evil people are able to influence and be a big, like, politician and stuff like that is really scary. And also, if somebody don't fucking like you, leave them the fuck alone. And also, one of the last things is don't beat your wife. Like, literally, like, it's just like this is just pure evil. And honestly, I wish that this evil would be eradicated. But that is ideal. But I don't give a damn if it's ideal. This shit needs to really fucking stop. Like, this is crazy.